time. And you know me and my bros on the same time. No brakes, green light. No brakes, I got the green light. When you hit ons, know it's game time. And you know me and my bros on the same time. No brakes, green light. No brakes, I got the green. We gon' tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, yeah. We ain't going out, we ain't going into town, no. Money ain't the mission, no, we coming for the crown, yeah, we coming for the crown. If we going out, then we going out loud, eh. Putting on the show, yeah, man, take a bow, eh. Even under pressure, they ain't never had doubt. But if we gon' do it, gotta do it right now.
All right, welcome to another edition of Giants Conversation. We talking all things New York Giants. Off season is still upon us, but we got big news out of OTAs. Got a little bit of Giants trivia and news and notes. And your favorite quarterback is back in action. It's the Daniel Jones. So we're gonna talk about all that, man. But before I do so, man, always want to check in with my co-host, check in with my chat, see how everybody doing, man. What's good with you, Coach? What's good with you, Big Pat? How y'all doing tonight?
We doing good. Doing good. I was going to say I looked outside, make sure it wasn't nighttime already. Man, I was asleep a long time then, but Giants OTAs, man. Everybody says, oh, you don't worry about OTAs unless Daniel Jones throws a pass. And then all of a sudden, OTAs means everything because he hit Malik Neighbors over the middle of the field, and Malik Neighbors jumped when he didn't have to. But hey, he's throwing hospital balls, so it is what it is, I guess. Me personally, I'm just looking forward to seeing what this offensive line can do this season and what our defensive line can do this season. Other than that, I'm pretty confident in this team. If we block, I think we'd be successful. If we don't, we're going to get our butts whooped, and a lot of people are going to be gone. So it is what it is, man. But I'm just waiting to see what this offensive line does.
Yeah, man. I hear you on that, man. Offensive line, of course, one of the biggest bugaboos for the Giants, man, in the past, 10 years or more. So we definitely got to get that line fixed, man. I'm with you, man. We'll see with this new line configuration that they're trying out in camp, which I'm going to talk about here in a little bit. But, Coach, what's good with you, man? How you doing today, man? You woke? You chilling? You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right, I'm waking up, man. So, but, yeah, I'm good, overall. Pat said it best about the OTAs. I mean, for me, OTAs is another practice, man. It's just a non-padded practice. That's it. So, and you have a lot of on-air stuff. And for those of you who don't understand what I mean by on-air, you're basically offense, nobody in front of you, receivers and quarterback working on the time, and offensive line and running backs working on their timing in terms of how they're blocking things in that nature. Same thing on the defensive side, defensive line working on their stunts. How do they run their stunts? How do I come off of, if a defensive tackle is setting up the edge, he's going to open up an area, and how is that edge going to come off? Just timing and getting familiar with the concept, the calls, getting into the huddle because you haven't been in the huddle for a while, and just breaking the huddle and just getting into your alignments, where you're supposed to be on the field. So that's really all it is. It's just it's the very first phase, man. So for me personally, while it's important, it's not as important as everyone else makes it to be per se, because, look, it's just practice. It's a walkthrough.
It's just practice, Coach. It's just practice, which is why, we see when I see so many people overanalyzing every little throw, particularly from the quarterback, it makes no sense.
Nothing in practice. That's why you practice. Nothing is perfect. You're working to improve. So I want to see mistakes there. To be honest with you,
better than practice than in the game,
exactly.
Right?
So you're going to know. You're going to first of all you're going to work on the first phase, getting into your rhythm. So you're going to make mistakes. You're going to talk as a quarterback, you're going to talk with your receivers. Well, if he's lined up here, if they're rolling into this coverage, the receiver's going to say, Depending on who it is, that's another factor. But for the most part, the receiver's going to say, this is how I'm going to break. This is how I'm going to set it up. So when I set it up here, you should be able to hit here in terms of where you're going to place the ball. But you're going to overthrow, underthrow, at times. Receivers are going to bobble the ball, when the football hits their hands, or, they're trying to make a play on the ball. So it's practice. I'd rather see the mistakes there, especially early in the season. The first few ones, I'd expect more there than anywhere else.
Yeah,
Let me
facts.
tap into the chat real quick. Iman Perry, what's good? Says 12-5. We over here 11-6. Shout out to Lou. Raphael, what's good, man? Appreciate you typing in. Butterfly, that's right. Tell them, hit that like button. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel, all these channels. If you're not already subscribed to us, please do so right away. As my man Pat says, please click that link. Jay Ferries, what's good with you? Royal Rumble with the coaches this week. If Thomas is healthy, we should be fine. I agree. Andrew Thomas is the key to this offensive line. If he goes down, it's real concerns. Although I feel a little bit better about Illuminor possibly sliding in than what we had last year, and Josh Azudu and Justin Pugh. Ghost Dog was good. Salute, man. Appreciate you tapping in, man. Always a good supporter of all of us, man. Thanks, man. Appreciate you much. Let's get into these OTAs, though, man. Let's just kind of have a little general conversation about the OTAs and what's been going on with OTAs. I'm going to start with the defense before we get into you-know-who. And Thibodeau and Burns, they are starting to make a connection. You know what I'm saying? What I mean by connection is, they're, getting used to one another. They're feeding off one another in a sense of pushing each other to be better. You know what I mean? Pushing each other to be better. And hopefully, and as far as the movements, they look real quick. The foot movement is there. Joe! Oh, hey!
Joe got the full
time no
beard.
see, stranger.
Yeah, but I'm quiet. I don't know why.
What's up, Joe?
Hey, guys, how you doing?
What's going on, Joe?
Damn, I love the beard. Damn,
know.
look at that
Joe.
beard.
Looking like Duck Dynasty out there.
Right.
Woo! Yeah.
What's going on, Joe?
God damn. I'm sorry, guys. I haven't been on stream, but as you can see, I've been working out.
Right.
It takes a lot of hard work and progress. I want my right arm to start working.
Oh,
Ah!
okay, man.
Okay.
You look like you've been working out a whole lot,
Yeah,
though,
you
Joe.
look like you're getting a lot better, man. Word up.
We will see. Okay.
Okay.
As for line, they're the number one priority of this offense.
Which line, Joe? The offensive line or the defensive line?
What?
Which line, Joe? The offensive line or the defensive line?
The offense and the defense. The offense
Okay.
and the defense. That's a number one priority but they bring in some guys. But I gotta wait and see. I gotta wait and see how they look, how they work, how they act, how they produce. Does he bend and flex and roll out? Or does he get stuffed on his butt and our quarterback gets sacked?
Yeah,
We've got to see this offense and this defensive line gel. I've heard good things. I heard a lot of good things. But it all comes down to progress. Progress counts.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man.
Hey, I got it. I'm excited. I'm happy. But look, what it is what it is. You got to see the production, and then you can figure out after the uh, uh, um, three practice or whatever.
OTAs.
OTAs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
OTAs. You can't really see exactly what's going on in OTAs, but what we're waiting for, what I'm waiting for is training camp, Joe. I'm waiting for training camp to see the lineups that they're gonna put out there. What now? You've been away for a little while, so the thing about this offensive line that even we have, gotten to a couple of spats is the whole Evan Neal situation. Some of us on the don't want to see Evan Neal at right tackle anymore. Want to see him go to guard, and some of us are saying you have to see what he does in the first couple of games to see exactly what you have in Evan Neal. So I just want to ask you, since you're on here, bro, how do you feel about the whole Evan Neal situation at the right tackle position?
Can you hear him, Joe?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, you didn't hear anything I said.
You didn't hear the
I
question Pat
can't
asked you?
hear a damn thing.
Damn it.
Hold on.
Well, he can get up pretty. He's actually walking around a little bit.
Yeah, big improvement, man.
Right.
What?
Shout out to Earl, man. Says, what's good afternoon, fellas. Appreciate you tapping in. TP, the Giants way. Appreciate you tapping in, brother. Earl says, does the schedule work in the Giants' favor? I think it does, actually.
No, it doesn't. It worked against the Giants. But
this coming year, I think it does.
Against us.
The only thing I don't like about the schedule is the fact that we play Dallas twice on a short week. Both games are Thursday against Dallas.
Yeah, we played 2 games against Dallas this year on Thursday Night Football. We played Dallas on 2 short weeks this year.
But other than that, we got 9 home games and 1 game that's on a neutral field. So essentially, we only got 7 true road games. That's a favorable schedule. We played an NFC South, not a great division. You know what I'm saying? So you should pick up some wins there. You have the Colts inter division matchup. That's your AFC opponent. So outside of the division that you're playing, so that's a break for you right there. And then the other one was who do we play from the north? The Vikings.
Yeah, the Vikings. We played them week 1.
Better than playing the Lions or Packers. So I actually think this is a favorable schedule. That's me, though. I'm Unpopular Opinion Sports. Of course, I ain't going to have a general consensus opinion. But what do you guys think it's a favorable schedule or not? We kind of talked about it a couple weeks ago. But
are you talking opponents or are you talking about construction of their schedule?
I was talking about construction, not the opponents. The construction of the schedule.
See, I the way this schedule is broke down for me, in comparison to some others that I've scanned a little bit. One of the things I like is how we have home away, home away. We have two sets of home series back to back, and then we have 2 week away series. That's it. So to me, that's favorable in the way that's constructed. You don't have a lot of away games clustered together where you have two sets of away games at home and then 2 more sets of away game. It's home away home, and then let me double check it. Hold on a second because I have it right here. You have it. You start at home, 2 away, then you're home away, 2 home away, bye, home away, 2 home away, a home, and then away to end the season. So that's what I mean by in terms of the construct. construction. I'm not talking about the opponents. The opponents are the opponents.
Yeah, and in the NFL, you could play the team just at the right time. No matter
Mhm.
how good the team is, you might get them at the right time, and you can pull
Mhm.
out a victory. So,
And
I
we
mean,
also
but
looked at some of these teams are also coming off of tough opponents but themselves where they're coming to us. So that
Yeah.
I mean, we dived into it a little bit more. That's why to me it's a favorable. It's not easy. It's a favorable schedule for the Giants. If you want to rank the opponents, then yeah, their opponents are tough.
So we don't know though, like Pat said, because teams vary from year to year.
Yeah, true.
That who do we play? The tough division. That AFC North, they could flop this year. It might be it might get some bad teams out of it. That makes it tough. What really makes our schedule tough is our division.
Yep.
That's it.
yeah,
Really.
True.
that's what I'm
That's
saying.
why
If we could
that's
go
why me
four
and
and two
Pat
and five
focus
and
so
one in our
much on the
division,
division.
yeah. And that's with any team. If you could dominate your division, more than likely you're going to make the playoffs every year.
Facts.
That's why I'm saying it's important for us to build this team to beat our division. If we could consistently go 4-2 or 5-1 in the division, like the Cowboys do every year, that's why they get 11 to 12 wins every year. They may get beat by the Eagles once, and they just roll through everybody every
Pretty
season.
much.
That's why they keep getting in the playoffs. They just can't beat nobody else.
That's
But
it. We're the opposite. We beat everybody
yeah,
outside of the division.
but can't beat nobody in our division except for the Commanders. It's crazy. But Joe, can you?
Sleazy, what's good? What's good with you, man? Javi says, "What's good? Good to see you, Joe." Mark, salute.
What's going on,
Hey,
Mark?
kind of look like you a little bit. Sleazy says, "Why is Jermaine playing left guard? He's used to the right side. I don't know why I keep switching people like this." This is something that I really want to talk about. So, good segue here to.
But I
to
thought he
move
has
on
played
here.
left guard. I thought he's played both tackle and both guard positions.
I know he's played right
I think
tackle and
he
right
has
guard
played right guard and
primarily in
right
his
tackle. I
career.
don't know about the left side.
If you want to look up his snaps, you can, but I believe he's played primarily on the right side,
Okay.
going off the top of the dome. But I may be wrong.
Well, playing a guard is relatively easy compared to left tackle, right tackle. They move a lot, right?
Mhm.
So you can move a guy from the right side from the left side. Not only that, he's bringing in a quality that is needed because this gives the team stamina. Is that the word? I'm looking for?
Flexibility.
Well, whatever.
Versatility, yeah, something like
I
that.
like it. They're putting up competition between themselves. Ooh. Now, if this team, these lines, offense and defense, come together and gel, look out.
Sleazy says he had 11 snaps on the left side. Now, respectfully, Joe, I'm gonna have to disagree with you. I do not like this. And again, we're moving players out of their best positions, the positions that they have played the most, that they have been the most successful at, and we're putting them in positions that are not new, but a little foreign.
Yeah.
As far as snaps played and as far as reps go. You know what I'm saying? So again, just like with Neal, what we talked about with Evan Neal when people were saying that he might be better on the left side. Now you're doing the same thing with light-skinned Jermaine. You're putting him from right side, right tackle, right guard, and you're moving him to the left side.
Well, let me say this, NYG, not to cut you off, but
Go ahead.
I have to see how light-skinned Jermaine moves. Pause. But what I'm saying about this, I think the whole Evan Neal thing is he can't mirror his movement very good. What I mean by that is I think he's comfortable on the left side moving his feet, but he can't mirror that same thing moving his feet on the right side. So did they see that light-skinned Jermaine does not have an issue mirroring his movements from the right side to the left side, and that's maybe why they want to put the veteran over there by Evan Neal, because he could call out things to Evan Neal that the other guys couldn't that were playing beside him earlier in his career. So maybe Runyon has a better understanding of play calling than light-skinned Jermaine does. So they're going to put him next to Thomas, who knows everything, and then they're going to put Runyon next to Evan Neal, who Runyon knows a whole lot of things that he can tell Evan Neal on how to pick up stunts and things of such.
Here's my pushback. Didn't Illuminor play under Carmen Bursillo?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He knows the system very well.
So, okay, you have all-pro left tackle Andrew Thomas. I'm pretty sure he can pick up the scheme. We're putting Runyon, who came from Green Bay, and Evan Neal on the right side, both who are going to be learning this new blocking scheme. Why not put Illuminor, the experienced player, over there with Neal as far as the blocking scheme is concerned, and then Runyon with Thomas, and of course we know Thomas is Tom.
It depends. It depends on what you. It depends on what you feel when you look at the film of these guys, where they are best suited for the team. I mean, because the offensive line, it's not just about the individual.
Showed you enough that you said he's good over there on the left side.
11 snaps.
If Sleazy's right and he had 11 snaps on the left side, talking about Illuminor, that was enough film.
Okay, but now the thing is with Runyon too. Runyon has also played the right side, and if he's better suited for the right side, you're also putting.
Man told you he'd rather play left guard.
No, in that interview, see, that's where a lot of people getting it wrong. In that interview, he said, "I like playing on the right side, but I've played just as amount of snaps on the left side. I'm comfortable with either one." He said he's comfortable with either side because he's played the same amount of snaps at left guard that he has at right guard in his career. You can look it up. It was 1,500 to 1,500.
And that's cool.
And
so he's comfortable on either side.
Mainly,
here's the thing. Here's the thing too. NYG too. To be brutally honest, okay. Mm-hmm. We everyone cries about Daniel Jones, this or that, this or that. Yeah. You have to secure his backside. He's a right-handed quarterback, so you actually have to protect him left to right first, to be brutally honest. I'm going to be honest. I'm not saying you put the lesser talent to the right, but what I'm saying is you have to secure that left side more than anything.
Wouldn't left guard?
Oh, wait. You just made a damn good point, Coach. Hold on, NYG. You just made a damn good point.
Tallyran, appreciate the super chat, bro.
Appreciate it, Tallyran. Good to see you, bro. He says Dable gets my benefit of the doubt, but I think we'll surprise the world. Shane Bone is no joke. The more I look at his scheme, the more I realize he is no joke. Shout out to Giant Rebel on the chat. Shout out to Tommy. Shout out to TV.
The heavyweight champion, the world.
Yep. Woo! I'm happy to see my right hand man with the ladies, Joe, looking strong. Got the guns out and the beard is looking good. G-Man going 12-5 and maybe the Super Bowl. Then 5 years, $300 million for DJ.
Whoa! That'll piss.
Yeah, you got to put some
might make some fans riot.
Yeah, you might have to put people on the watch. He said that's so good he had to put it twice. Let's talk about that though, Coach, because you're saying, so let me get this straight. You're saying that they're putting their best people to the left, correct?
They're, out of the offensive line, the best talent to the left, yes.
Okay, so when it comes to pass protection, who do you trust more, Runyon or Illuminor?
Illuminor. He's my most. Really? First of all, he's my most versatile. He's my most versatile.
You trust you.
Hold on, let him finish, NYG. Let him
finish. Yeah. See, look, everybody looked at what he did last year with the Raiders at tackle, and I get it. He did very well, which is why most people are saying move him to tackle and move Neal inside. Okay, And I get that. I don't agree with that. I don't accept it. For me, I'm protecting my quarterback's backside. In other words, when he drops back, his right shoulder is always pointing away from the direction of the field. So the quarterback will not always see what's coming from behind. So and to be honest with you, I've said it before. The easiest way to get to the quarterback is not off of the edges; it's right up
It's
in front of
straight
him.
up the middle. Pause.
And
Yeah.
that means that left guard is even more important. It's
Oh,
even
okay.
more important.
So
Go ahead.
I want to ask you this, Coach. You're putting light skinned Jermaine on the left side due to strength because of the defensive tackles we face in our division? Is it because the strength factor, or you just believe he's a better blocker than Runyon altogether?
I think he's better talented overall than Runyon at the left guard position, because I can also put a 3 tech over there who's going to be a dancing bear, and Sonny can be heavy footed. So he can be beat with speed from time to time. So I don't want to see that from that point. So that's why AT and my left guard are important. Then the center, your right tackle, and then your right guard. Your right guard, when your quarterback drops back, he can tend to see that A gap to that B gap right there on the strong side or the front side. What I'm saying,
Jones was
ideally,
getting creamed from that right side.
okay,
When,
he was getting creamed. He was getting creamed. But
Pause,
okay,
yeah.
now, I'm talking about the initial phase. Once that ball comes in, if they're in shotgun, he's looking straight there. That ball's coming. He gets the ball. He turns. It's still there. Is he going to at times look to his left because that might be the progression that they're teaching? Yeah, of course. But now, if he's getting creamed, you're talking about the right guard being an issue also. That also can be the center. That can also be the slide call. See, you're looking at, I'm looking at everything. I'm looking at the total picture. So that's why it's going left to right
Do you
in terms
see
of the
how many
blocking.
freaking things I got to know?
You know?
You want me to find the freaking the man? I don't even know where it is. Can you put it out? My wife has gone ballistic on these hats.
Right.
They're
Joe got all the
pretty,
beanies.
you know.
You got the yin and yang one on right now.
Uh,
But I understand.
When are you coming out? And when are we working out? Huh? When are we working out? Because I need it. I need it
Yeah,
bad.
we gotta put some weight back on Joe. He look like Snoop Dogg right now.
Joe losing the weight and I'm gaining the weight. Yeah, we need to switch spots for a minute.
Oh, damn. I'm going nuts over here. I grew up in Jersey and grad from Rutgers. Yeah. Made it all the more. Made it.
Oh, you did graduate from Rutgers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. We talk about that all the time.
Mm-hmm. But I understand where you're coming from, Coach. But let's just say we're playing the Eagles. Do you trust Illuminor to pick up those stunts that they're gonna run? Even though Fletcher Cox is not there anymore, which I think he's still a hell of a player. He had more years to play. Jalen Carter. I don't know. You might be on to something, man. I'm going based off of strength because I believe technique-wise, he can't hold a candle to Runyon. Technique-wise, but strength-wise, I think Runyon's the weakest on the offensive line as far as strength.
Okay, so again, why put weak with weak? If Neal is going to be the weakest tackle,
but you
Runyon's
don't know if Evan Neal is going to be weak. You don't know yet, bro. You don't know yet. It's a brand new offensive line coach. It's a brand new system. You don't know that. You can't possibly know that unless he gets hurt early or if he shows up to camp overweight again.
What's Neal's problem? What we've been talking about?
His
basically.
Feet. He's feet and he leans forward because he's not using his feet to his advantage. But that can change. You never seen anybody struggle and change and become good.
No.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm with you, but again, your coach is saying that Illuminor is the best guard over Runyon. Then why are we? I mean, like, why do they?
But see, you're really stripping it.
Let me get
Go ahead,
one
go ahead,
minute
go ahead, go ahead.
because I've been listening to y'all. Why is it that they just can't just put the guys that are solid at their positions? Why do we have to experiment with this shit so much? It's not
But
hard.
this is the time you do that. First of all,
fucking tackle, and you want to, and you on the right side. He's played tackle and guard on both right side, and you want to put him on the left.
Hold it.
And then you take the left guard, put him on the right.
I will.
And then you took the left tackle, you put him on the right. This is ridiculous.
Solve this.
Go ahead.
They're putting these guys left side and right side for a reason. It's called.
We're gonna see, cause I don't trust them, cause they
I
have not got it right.
It will happen, but right now
And they're experimenting again.
left side and right side.
Let's see.
Is up for grabs.
It really is. To be honest with you, Joe's right. It is.
The solid position is left tackle.
Yep.
That's
Right.
only.
Agreed.
Well, center is too, Joe.
Now, the center, he's got to do a little bit more work.
Agreed.
But what do you have him play right and left guard and center? They're doing it to rotate people to see who comes in.
I know why they're doing it. What I'm saying is it hasn't worked.
With these coaches? With these coaches?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We've seen it work with these coaches. I have it.
Look, the offensive line coach is new. I get you guys. Everybody else is pretty much the same. Dable, Tyranny, Kafka, all of them. So, yeah, they got to take some accountability as well. Can't just throw it all on the goddamn offensive line coach.
Here's the thing,
That's
NYG.
wrong.
We're not saying that they shouldn't be accountable, but what we're saying is you don't know what Evan Neal is right now. For one, he's been injured. Let's just call it what it is. For one, he's been injured.
I'll give you that.
OG Bobby Johnson was not a very good coach. You've came out and said that, so I'm not putting words in your mouth. You came out and said that.
Facts.
And Evan Neal, let's just be real. He needs to lose a little bit of weight. And he needs to get his feet better.
Question.
Now,
has
one thing about
seen Evan Neal?
No, I haven't. There hasn't been any reports
Hasn't been
about
any reports? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hasn't been any reports.
Go ahead.
Tudo, I don't know what I'm having for lunch right now. But those three factors. Should there be concern about Evan Neal? Hell yeah. I'm not saying that Evan Neal, he's just going to be great. No. I'm saying is if he comes into camp and he's lost the weight, you have a brand new coach who believes that he could get this offensive line together. The whole organization has been behind Evan Neal. There hasn't even been a peep about moving Evan Neal off right tackle. So you have to go with them. They're confident in him. And there's no way you can see what Evan Neal is before he plays a game. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Let him play a couple of games. Life in general is about
because they're putting this blind faith in the dude.
Listen,
when he hasn't shown jack crap.
Life in general is about taking risk. Are you taking a risk by putting Evan Neal back out there? Yeah, you're taking a risk about putting Illuminor at left guard instead of right guard.
And
yes, you are taking that risk.
It feels like they're doubling down on the bullshit.
But you haven't seen anything yet, sir.
Again,
I can't just say, this is going to be stupid if I haven't seen anything because everything's brand new. You got two brand new guards. You got a center that's just in his second year. And you got Evan Neal, who's really only played a year worth of games. Now, if he's asked the first 4 games, you're absolutely right. I will make a whole segment saying NYG, I apologize. Evan
And
Neal
by
was
the first
ass.
4 games, we're probably gonna be done. That's my problem. You're
No,
gonna throw
it's
away
only
a season.
the first 4 games. You play the
Man,
Vikings, you
we
play the
know that
Browns,
if the
you play the
Giants,
Cowboys.
if they lose those first 4 games, we know.
Okay, if we lose those first 4 games, who cares? We know what's going. We know what's what.
Who cares?
We know Evan. Look, we know Evan Neal is not it. We probably gonna know Daniel Jones is not it during that period, and now you can move forward, knowing you know what the weaknesses were.
Another thrown season away. Good, yeah. I really want that to happen. Miz, what's good with you, Miz? And all I'm saying, and you know, Pat, it's all love, bro. I'm just giving you a little pushback. We can't agree on everything, but
Yeah,
it
we're
is
grown ass men,
right.
We
I
disagree.
don't agree with that shit, man. Because look, man, you're experimenting again with this line. I thought the line was supposed to be solid right now.
NYG, this offensive line has been an experiment for 10 years.
I know,
You have to
but we're
experiment to
bringing
get
in
something solid.
guys at certain positions, and we're moving them constantly.
Now
Okay.
The only
now
person that has 2 people, Thomas and Smiths, the only 2 people on this line that have actually played their natural position.
Hey, shout out to Tudo. Thank you for the
I'm
super
just
chat,
saying.
bro. And yes, if I do order something and I had a way to get you something, I promise you wouldn't be hungry, Tudo. I'll find a way to feed you heathens.
Let me shout out the chat though, man.
Yeah,
What's good
we'll
with
get
you,
to the
Alex,
chat.
man? Appreciate you, Alex, man, tapping in with us. Says Giants should cross-train Neal, in my opinion. Agreed. And I could see NYG's point as far as Neal and Ryan, but they have different weaknesses. He goes on to say Ryan is the better pass protector and Neal is the better run blocker.
Yes, he is.
Agreed.
And that's a fact.
Miz, what's good with you, Miz? Link is in the Big Blue Crew chat if you would like to join the show. What's good, TG1? Appreciate you tapping in. Tommy, appreciate you coming through. Neal has to learn proper leverage and technique with footwork, strength, distribution of his weight with proper balance, and using his length and strength with each step he takes.
Yeah, he's scared to take that 3rd step for some reason. I don't understand it.
Dan Cam in the chat says Neal is ass. Come on, he is ass till he shows us he's not. Don't agree with Dan Cam on much, but I do agree with him on this one. I don't have the confidence in the kid. I just don't. I know you and Coach do. I just don't have the confidence in him.
I'm not saying
I hope
I have
I'm
the
wrong.
confidence in him. I'm saying you have to
wrong.
give him his shot. You have to give him his shot. He's a number 7 pick.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna get his shot. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna get it. But
That's
again,
all I'm saying.
Is it gonna be by the time they make the move? Will it be too late? That's my only question. Will it be too late? Will the season be done? Will this offensive line be in shambles again? I don't know.
If your season is done in the first 3 games, then you got a lot more problems than Evan Neal. I'll
This
tell
is
you
the
that.
New York Giants. That's how it's been, bro. If we don't get
Like
off to
I
a
said,
good start,
if your
we're
season is
usually
over
done.
the first 3 games, you got a lot more problems than
If
just
we
Evan
don't
Neal.
get off to a good start, like most teams, your season is usually in the shitter. More than likely. It's going to be a tough road for you to make the playoffs. Those first couple games, 4 games, are crucial to the season, bro. You can't tell me it ain't. Anytime the New York Giants have a decent season, they usually get off to a 3-2, 3-1, some type of start like that. Not 0-2, 0-3, 1-5, 2-6. That's all I'm saying, bro. The beginning of the season is crucial to Dable and them for them to be going out here and experiment with this line again.
Based on what you're saying, okay, you're talking the offensive line for the first Evan Neal for the first 4 games, okay, and if we don't get out to a good start, so what's a good start? Is 3-1? So if they're 2-2, is that a bad start?
It ain't a bad start. I mean, that's fine. I'm talking about the 0-3, 0-4, 1-3, that type stuff. Am I wrong?
Well, we were like 1-3 or
I get
0-2.
what you're. You know what? I guess because of the competitor in me, and I don't give up after 4 games.
Yeah,
You
I
want to give up
can't
after
give up
four
after
games?
four games.
I'm not giving
But
up,
that's
bro.
what you're.
This is the Giants' history,
No,
bro.
no, no, no. I understand what you're
I'm
saying.
going by what
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
But y'all acting
what
like
you,
it's me, bro. It's the
No, no,
Giants.
no. Listen to what I'm saying.
NYG.
You said after 4 games the season is done. Did you or did you not just say that?
More than likely with
No,
this
no.
organization,
Yes or no?
yes,
This
I
is a
did.
yes or no.
I did.
Okay,
I
then.
did.
So then you're giving up on the season
I'm
right
not
there.
giving up on the season. The Giants usually give up on the season because they fucking suck. If they don't get off to a good start, they're not good.
So they can't. So there's no way in hell.
Yes,
if they won
hopes
it.
and dreams. Yes.
Okay. And that's where I just said me, Ed Gladney.
You
Don't
guys,
forget Coach Ed.
Okay,
It's
all right.
Ed Gladney as a competitor. I'm not sitting here after 4 games. I don't care if I'm 0-4 and saying my season is done. Now, if you want,
it's
as
a
a
2%
fan,
chance,
as
hold
a
on to the
fan,
2%
as a
chance.
fan,
Go
as
ahead.
a
I'm
fan,
rolling with the
you do
98.
that. Okay,
I'm rolling
and
with
that's
the
fine.
98%.
That's fine. And you know
0-4,
what?
your
If
season is
98%
fucking
is
done.
jumping off of the Brooklyn Bridge, you go ahead and jump with them.
I'm
And
not
that's
jumping
you.
nowhere.
You just said you're going with the 98%. So I just said if they jumping off the Brooklyn Bridge, you're going with them.
That's a bad analogy, bro.
No,
We're
what I'm
talking about
saying is
football.
no. What I'm saying is we're talking about the Giants and we're talking about this fan base, and there's a large fan base that goes crazy. Come on, man, we've seen it. And what I'm saying is, you just said you going with the 98%. Well, when they're going crazy and whatever the case, I don't literally jump off the bridge. What I'm saying is go crazy. And everything that you just said leaves me to say you're going to give up on the season.
I'm a
Because in
Giants fan.
history,
I never gave up on the season. I've been rooting for this team when everybody else said they wasn't going to make the playoffs last year.
Oh, excuse
and
me.
in 2022. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying chances are, let me reword this for you. Chances are the season will be done after 4 games if the Giants get off to a 0-4 or 1-3 start. And a lot of that
all we said was,
dictates from the offensive line being at least competent.
and all we said was, I've seen teams start off 0-4 and make the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be like, oh, the season's over because we start 1-3. We play some tough teams in the beginning of the season. Play the Cowboys, the Browns. Those teams ain't no joke.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, you all right, Coach?
But
I ain't piss you off, did I?
That has nothing to do with you, man. It really has. We good. Let's finish what we got to do. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
shout out to Black and White Giants Talk.
Tudo, what's good with you, man? Appreciate the super chat.
He says, Big Boss Pat, please don't be like that and do something about Ed. We're all hungry and starving and waiting on you to give us something to eat. Even crumbs will do it, boss. Hell no, no crumbs gonna feed you monsters. But listen,
Where's that? Back in the show.
you have to take that chance with Evan Neal. I'm sorry you don't like him. It is what it is. You have to take that chance with Evan Neal because if he does turn out to be what you want him to be, you have 2 strong-ass tackles on that field. And that helps your offensive line tremendously. That's a risk that they're willing to take in order to fix this offensive line. I'm just saying, I mean, it is what it is, man. You have to take that chance. And if after 4 games he showed that he has not produced or progressed at any, then you just move along. Move him to guard or whatever you want to do with him. Trade him. Like, yeah, I said who cares about going 1-3 or 0-4 because you're figuring out what your team is about. I don't care about they're just gonna go 1. No, I care about seeing what is the issues on this team. And with the offensive line the way it is, you cannot find many issues with the team until you fix your trenches.
Which is why the conversation is happening now.
But you don't know moving Evan Neal off right tackle just fix the trenches. You don't know that.
I'm not saying it's gonna like make it some type of all pro line or something. All I'm saying is get rid of the liability.
But the thing is, it's a brand new coach. It's a brand new system. You don't know if he might turn out to be an absolute monster in this system.
I hope so. I'm just basing on what I've seen so far, and plus the fact that he's coming off an injury. We don't know what he looks like. People saying he lost weight. We haven't seen the kid. And you have a whole training camp to figure this shit out. Why are we using regular season games? That shit is
But you're upset now where this is the time that you
Yeah.
should be making the changes. You're literally upset because they're doing it now. Where you just said when don't experiment during training camp. We're not even at the training camp. We're in OTAs.
Okay.
This is the time
So-
to do the experiment, sir.
Okay, that's a fair point. But I'm not giving Evan Neal 4 games to experiment at right tackle.
What you gonna give him? A half
Training camp. That's what I'm gonna give him.
training camp. He's going
And
against his own
preseason
people.
games. I don't
I
care who
guarantee
he's
you
going against.
I guarantee. What do you mean you don't care if he's going? If he looks good against his own people, are you gonna change your mindset?
Bro,
No, you're
has
not.
he looked good against his own people in the past?
Are you gonna
So
change
that
your
would be
mind? Listen, are you gonna change your mind about Evan Neal if he looks good in training camp? Yes or no?
Am I gonna change my mind about him? Not completely, but it's a.
You want to know why? Because you want to see him go against other players that are not on his team. That's the only way you're gonna find out if you got dogs or not.
Right.
I could beat up against my own team all day, but when I go out there into your hood and get my ass whooped, I know what I am. I'm good at math, sir.
Yeah.
I can talk shit to my damn teammates all day.
But the fact of the matter is,
Tell me how long in a regular season? A half, a quarter, a series? What?
he ain't making it to the regular season
How
if
long,
I don't feel confident in him.
how long are you going to give him in the regular season?
Bro, I am not an NFL coach. The coaches that are watching him in practice
Okay, let me put it this way. He looks good in training camp, and you have confidence in him going to right tackle.
It's not me, bro. It's the coaches. If the coaches aren't confident in him after seeing him in training camp, and if his technique is still off or whatever the fuck is wrong with the dude,
you're not understanding me. They say all that looks good. The coaches said all that looks good. And he goes into the regular season. And he goes into the regular season. You're one of the coaches. You say, okay, he looked good during training camp, but we waiting to see what he looks like in the regular season. How much time do you give him? Do you give him a series? Do you give him a half? Do you give him a quarter? Do you give him a game?
I give him a game.
So one game is going to let you determine what he is.
Yes.
Okay. All right. One game. All right.
One game plus 2 years. See, y'all leaving that out. You act like this dude is a fucking rookie.
This dude,
not 2 years.
He's had NFL. He's had experiments.
16 games, bro. And if you base it off one game, then go ahead.
I'm basing it off one game plus the other 16 that he's played.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, and I'm telling you I'm telling you, offensive lineman, it doesn't matter what level, you are not going to be good after 16 games, 17 games in total.
Because if you go by that logic, if you go by that logic, Andrew Thomas wouldn't be here either.
Thank you.
Yeah, we can make the comparison with Andrew Thomas, but this ain't Andrew Thomas.
Like I said, based off your logic, Andrew Thomas would not have been here.
No, bro, you're not going to do that to me. I'm saying.
What do you mean do it? I'm going by your logic.
This is a different player. They have different skill sets.
No,
they have different body types.
It's 2020. The reason why you say that because Andrew Thomas in his third year turned into a monster.
Bro.
That's why you saying you can't compare him to Andrew Thomas. But if you compare those the first 16 games,
different.
He struggled mightily too.
Different players. I give you that. But when Andrew Thomas, his first year,
Andrew Thomas, what 350, 60, whatever Evan Neal weighs, like, come on, man.
No. It's not that. It's not that. You said, NYG, you said, because Evan Neal has played 16 games and then one game this year, 17 games. So that's the premise. It's not the two players. You're saying as an offensive lineman, as an offensive tackle, if they didn't do well after 17 games, they should be going. Whoever it is.
I'm talking about Neil.
Okay.
Y'all trying to make it like about Andrew Thomas. No.
It's not about Andrew Thomas. I just said it's about the position. I did just say the
it's
offensive
about the
tackle.
player.
Okay. So
If
you're
he
not.
ain't got it, he ain't got it, dog.
Okay. And that's
You know
where we
talking
differ.
about.
I see talent there. I do. I see talent there as an offensive tackle. That's me. So we can just agree to disagree.
He's
I mean, that's
our
it.
best run blocker, to be honest with you.
That
He's
I
our
agree,
best
I agree
run
with.
blocker.
I agree with that. I've always
So there's
told you
talent
that.
there. I'm telling you, if
But
that
when this
if
guy
that man get his feet right, you're gonna be singing a different tune. But that's
I
if
hope I
he
am.
can do that.
So when an offensive tackle
This
is
is one
set,
thing I hope I'm wrong about because I know
okay,
how important he is to the team.
do you understand the technique when Bobby Johnson was teaching him an aggressive set? Do you understand what I mean by that?
A little bit, but explain.
Okay, an aggressive set means you're attacking off the bat. You're not usually kicking back. A lot of times, if you go back and look at the field, you're going to see he's attacking. He's not getting the opportunity, which is why he seemed off balance and he's falling forward on his face. And we're talking about his weight, everything that Tommy just talked about, dropping back, using his size, his length, everything. Bobby Johnson taught him
Black
to be
and
aggressive.
White, go subscribe to his channel. Sorry, coach.
Appreciate you, Black and White.
So when you
Made the
do,
Raiders a top O line. Just want to read the super chat.
Yeah, go ahead.
We got to read the super chats. Brasillo made the Raiders O line top 10. They gave up 42 sacks last year to the Giants O line, total of 85. Hopefully, he can improve the O line.
Yeah,
and I hope so.
I mean,
too.
that's true. But go ahead, coach.
And NYJ, I do understand. Don't think I don't understand where you're coming from. I do, and I understand the passion and the frustration with you and a lot of other fans. I do, but when I sit there and I look at a lot of other things, a lot of factors, it's not just that. The kid played in a top conference. He played top talent in college. Now, college is different from the NFL, so there is a maturation and a growth that you have to go through. But when you're teaching a kid to be aggressive off the jump, as opposed to sometimes you need to let him kick back to see what's coming so he can also pick up stunts. He can use his length. He can adjust to somebody who comes here to his outside and now kicks across his face and jumps to the inside. So it's a little bit more. That's why, we have a new offensive line coach. I'm trying to see what this offensive line coach can do with him. And this is the time for this. Now, I get what you're saying going into the season. Me, I'm look, you got a new offensive line coach. I'm giving you way more than that. I'm not giving you one game. I'm not giving you 4 games.
I'm not killing my season.
But that's you.
That's
you.
That's me,
that's
yeah.
you. That's
you guys
you. I
act
get
like
it.
you're willing to just kind of waste the season to get
the thing.
see if he's good or not.
I'm not even worried about the whole end of the season thing and everything. What I'm worried about is what is this coach teaching Evan Neal? Is Evan Neal coming into camp in shape, ready to go? Mm-hmm. If he just does that, in my opinion, I gotta give him 2 games just because you're coming ready to go. But like Coach was telling you, he was in an aggressive set. It was like every play was like a run play for him. You want to know why? Because he was too top heavy for that type scheme. He was 360, 365, and that might be nice. Being nice to him. I think he was 375, 380, to be honest with you.
Dominique, it's good.
But if he could get down to the 325 or the 330 or wherever they told him to be at, because he's going to have to be at that weight when he comes into camp, because he's not, he will be fined and he'd be named overweight. At least that's what they used to do back in the day. I remember back in the day, if you showed up at camp, not at the weight that they told you to be, you were running wind sprints until you got to that weight. You see what I'm saying? And you were fine. But if he gets to the 325 and his new coach is telling him how to get to that third kick step, I think it was because he was too top heavy to play that scheme OG Bobby Johnson was doing. Hell, that whole scheme was messing up everybody. But if he let's just say his first 2 games were absolutely terrible. I might consider taking him out after those first 2 games. But if he shows that he is at least half decent in the first game, you gotta give him a little bit of time, bro.
Yeah, I just can't. I don't look. If he's improving, like Bookend says right here, good comment, man. Appreciate you. The only way you don't go into the season with him if he looks like trash in training camp. If he looks like he's improving, you go in with live bullets. I can agree with that. See, I'm a fair person. I'm not irrational. But I'm not giving him 4, 5, 6 games to figure this shit out. Not in year 3. I'm sorry. Your leash is shorter this year than any other year.
You're not even giving him a leash. You barely
I gave him a game. Shit.
You barely even giving him a damn collar. What are you talking about, leash? Keep it real.
You gotta give kids time.
Facts.
You know, these kids are coming out of college. They're the cock of the walk. Okay?
Jers was good.
You know, then they go into the NFL and everything's faster. I don't like this. Some guys just don't cut it. Period. That's a fact. There's first rounders don't make it. They get traded, dumped off, done.
You done got me on because you're talking.
I mean,
so.
But it is what it is. Hey, Miz, how you doing?
Sure, how are you, bro?
I know how to trigger both sides of the fence. I know how to trigger the Daniel Jones people and
I gotta work out. Can't help.
Joe.
Do your thing, Joe. I'm happy to see you. I wrote it in there. I don't know if you saw it. It's a blessing to see you again, man. I'm happy that you're doing good. You look good in the beard, baby. You're back to yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Lou.
Bro, Lou, what's good, man? Welcome, Lou and Miz, to the panel. What's up with y'all?
No, you gotta stick around. Damn.
Big Blue Crew is back together, baby.
Now, my piece is simple. I can't stay on long because I'm near the hospital. My father's not well, as you know, but my piece is simple, brothers.
Blessings to your family.
Yeah, I'm back home in New York for a little bit, and it's nice to be home.
Go to the Puerto Rican festival in the Lower East Side. Is going down right now.
I'm here.
Puerto Rican Day Parade today?
You don't want to be around us right now, Miz. I know.
Stop. He said he's at the hospital, man. Leave him alone.
It's all right. I know Lou's joking. Listen, all I'm saying is I'm a believer, brothers. I believe Evan Neal's going to show himself big time. I've always said that. I'm sticking on that train. And it benefits this organization for Evan Neal to be what we thought he was coming out of college. So I'm going to try to be with the positive, just like people are with Daniel Jones. It's the same deal to me. So I believe Evan Neal, he didn't just forget how to play football. Let's see him with these new pieces. It's a little more of a solid O-line now. Andrew Thomas wasn't healthy last year to me at any point.
Got to keep all the way in New York. You know,
this man done showed his whole fit. What are you doing?
You heard?
Damn, you got some small feet, Lou. Damn, you got some tiny feet, bro.
I a size 10, nigga. I'm only 5'9".
Hey, yo, don't use the N-word with me. Don't call me the N-word. Don't call me the N-word. Don't call me the N-word.
Oh, excuse me. I can't call you mister?
No, you said the N-word. The N-word. I don't subscribe to that. Sorry.
Oh, ninja, please. No.
Okay, I'm cool with that. That's fine. That's fine.
But I'm with Miz on this one, man. You got to see what Evan Neal has, bro. I'm sorry, because it's too important to the team. If he turns out to be that tackle that they thought he could be, this offensive line could be set for years, bro.
Do y'all hear music in the background?
I can barely hear you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hear it
I
lightly.
got these two heathens, my brother and my cousin, in the living room drinking and smoking with the music up like they don't got no home training. Hey!
Damn.
Hey, yo. Why ain't sharing with the homies? They ain't sharing with the homies, bro.
Right.
Giants Clan, what's good with you? All right, we're going to have to move off Evan Neal, pause, because we got some other stuff to get to.
By the way, NYG, just wanted to say this because you guys were saying this earlier about, like, it's not the time to give a guy like experiment, and not for nothing, man. We are a young team. It is an experiment in more areas than just Evan Neal. You got a young secondary. You got new pieces on the O-line, a new offensive line coach. So, I mean, like we're not like Kansas City Chiefs where we're established to go to a Super Bowl. This growing as a young team is an experiment. That's how you get new pieces next year and get the team better. And right now's the time to find out about Evan Neal. I would not just dispose of him.
Nah, I ain't saying dispose of him. I'm just saying move him.
I know what you're saying. If he looks terrible in August, if he looks so horrible in preseason that he can't even block a shadow, then I get it. Then I'll admit, okay, we got a major problem with this guy. But I'm not there yet.
My thing, fellas, is just to wrap this convo up. All I'm saying is, if they feel that he's still shaky, you might want to start making this change now before we go into the season. At least cross-train him, like Alex said. At minimum, bro.
Well,
that's fair.
Anyway. Well, but the positive side is that this guy becomes what we thought he could have been, and then the O-line becomes a really good offensive line.
Okay. Well, leading to the next topic. Your favorite quarterback's favorite quarterback is back. Daniel Jones.
Favorite quarterback. I ain't gonna like that one.
Speaking of Daniel Jones, I had a long convo with Adam yesterday. I'll just leave it at that. That's all.
Yeah, enough said. Any convo with Adam about Daniel Jones is going to be extensive. But we're not here for that. Jones is back in practice, 7-on-7s, throwing passes to Malik Neighbors and the wide receivers, moving. He looks like he's moving pretty well, coming off the ACL, and appears to be on track, to start training camp and hopefully start the regular season. Now, the question is this the year for DJ, Mr. Daniel Jones, to put this team on his back and show real franchise quarterback?
I like to answer first. I like to answer first, but first to give a shout out to Miguel Cintron. Thank you for tuning in. He says only mainstream media is observant of the fact that Dabo came out the gate experiment with O-line, experimenting with the Luminor and Runyon, and he wasn't happy with the question. Dabo needs to experiment with backups, not your starters. We've noticed that they were experimenting with linemen and when they were drafting people. You knew they had to be experimenting with linemen when they drafted Evan Neal, knowing that we had Andrew Thomas at left tackle and moved him to right. So we knew they were experimenting from the very get-go. But just thank you for tuning in. Hit that like and subscribe button for all of us, bro. Same thing to Gary Gatson. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hit that like and subscribe button for us. As far as Daniel Jones, there isn't a question of if. It's the question is he has to in order to be on this team. You see what I'm saying? Like, he's going to have to show that he can lead this team and be one of the upper echelon quarterbacks in order to continue to get paid from the New York Giants. So he has to. There's no question if he can. I believe he has to. But whoever wants to go after that, because I don't think it's a question.
I'll let Miz go ahead and answer this. I know you've been a little bit, kind of on the fence with Jones. So want to get your opinion here.
Well, I'm not no more because I was on the fence when I thought that there was an opportunity we could get the one.
Be on the fence, man. Stick to your guns, man. F Daniel Jones, bro.
My fence,
don't switch up.
My fence wasn't that type of fence, though, and you guys know that.
Oh, man, I can't take it no more. I'm sorry. I got to go. I need to work out, stretch, exercise.
Do your thing, Joe. Do what you got.
Joe,
you don't
man.
get this by nothing,
Yeah, man.
Right.
Oh!
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Hulkamania in the building.
All right. Love you, Joe.
Like I said, And my fence was different. You know that. Don't make it sound like I was one of these guys that said, "Fuck Jones. I hope he dies." I'm not the one of those.
I'm messing with you, Miz, man. You know that.
Jones is coming out the tunnel week 1, and I'm a Jones fan, so I want to see the Giants win football games. So you know that. I'm not going to be one of these guys that says, "Yo, I hope we win 3 games so we could get a quarterback next year." That's just not who I am. So, I think Jones has an opportunity here once again to stand up and show himself. And a lot of people are doubting him, and he hears it. So use that shit as a chip on your shoulder. Show me you're an alpha quarterback. I'm going to give him this opportunity here. And I think that they'll have better support around him. Is it the greatest support in the world? Still not yet, but it is better. And he's going into year 6, so I want to see him fill in some gaps. Am I asking him to go win 14 games? No, I'm not. Get me to late December, and I want to have some meaningful football. Show me that. Show me you're a leader. That's all. I'm not asking much.
Tyrone Hall, man, appreciate your support, man. Says like your podcast over most Giants podcasts due to your basing your opinions on facts and stats as opposed to personal opinions without factual support. Go Big Blue. Love that comment, man. Much love.
Appreciate you, Tyrone.
And please go subscribe to everybody on the platform. Me, Unpopular Opinion Sports, aka NYG. Coach Ed Gladney's Amazing World of Sports. Big Pat Sports Talk. G Nation Inside Sports, and Miz in the Midday over there somewhere. So definitely appreciate you, man. But Coach, man, I'm gonna kick it over to you. What's your thoughts on Daniel Jones, and do you think this is the year he can put the team on his back, man?
Daniel Jones is trash, man. He's trash. Look. To be honest, I mean, I was joking. For those of you who don't know, I mean. I'm very optimistic when I sit and I look at this team because, yes, I'm a fan, but having coached the sport for a long length of time, I look at the talent and what they are able to do. And Daniel Jones is able to do certain things, and I think they can build this offense around his skill set, yes. Try and minimize the risks that, he can cause. A lot of it stems from the offensive line and then skill sets. The skilled receivers that are out there. The receivers have to make plays, because he can throw the ball, he can put the ball in the right spot. But if they're fumbling, dropping the ball, to that magnitude, there's not a damn thing he can do. And yes, everyone will still blame him. But you need the receivers to step up. You need the offensive line to give him the time to be able to do anything. He's not the type of quarterback that you can really put the offense on his shoulders and let him run like an old Aaron Rodgers back in the day or a Patrick Mahomes. No, I'm not saying he's that type of quarterback, but he is the type of quarterback that, if you give him enough time and you really build up his confidence, that's the other factor. You have to build up his confidence because his confidence has been broken. If you build up his confidence, and he can play like some of the big games that we've seen him play when he's playing confidently, then he's going to be able to produce. And that's just the bottom line. He's going to be able to get the ball to Wandell, to Neighbors, to Hyatt, to Slayton.
It's good halftime.
To Johnson, whoever, the receivers are. And you need an offensive line that's going to at least give him some semblance of a running game, because that's also where he is productive when he has a running game that is a threat, because he is fairly good with the play action and the RPOs. He learned very well from Eli how to do the play action, and then he's done a very good job in working the RPOs. Yes, team defenses will try and figure that out, but then you can use his feet, you can move him. There are other things that you can do. So he has some talent that he can be productive in this offense. You just have to be able to get it out of him. He's not the quarterback that you can put it on his shoulder and say, go out there and win us the game. I'm sorry. No, I'm not going to sit here and say he's that type of quarterback, but he fits he can fit into a system and be successful if you build it right around him and use all the tools around him, all of them.
Yeah. Basically what he's saying is, Mr. Centron, he's not saying it has to be perfect. What we're saying is we would just like to see him with an offensive line and the number one weapon. Name a quarterback that's balling out that doesn't have at least a half decent offensive line and the number one weapon with him. Like it's always the extreme with Daniel Jones. So he needs offensive line and number one weapon, so everything has to be perfect. So what's Joe Burrow's situation? The man has played with 3 number one receivers his whole college and NFL career. But you say that he's great and he's had a decent offensive line after that Super Bowl. But guess what? He's as hurt as much as Daniel Jones.
TP says, no matter how you feel, this is Jones' last chance. The only way we see him behind center next year is if we get the 2022 DJ version.
Yeah, and you want to know why 2022 happened?
I'm gonna hold up, because I disagree, and I think he has to be better than 2022.
I think NYG. I think he got to be different than 22. And when I say different, this is what I wanted to say. I would like Dable or whoever's running this offense, which I'm going to say Dable, take that RPO shit and throw that shit in the garbage can. Okay? I do not want to see Jones playing running back this year. You understand what I'm saying? I want him behind the fucking O-line, in the pocket. Let this man throw the ball down the field. Let it loose, baby. And if you want to run, you got a running committee, but not him. That's all.
The thing is, you can't take away what he's good at.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying go ahead, Miz.
Pat, what I'm saying is the injuries, man. I don't need to see this guy blow his neck or knee out again.
Yeah,
but he's injured because of the goddamn
he was getting hit in the back of the neck because he was trying to stay in the pocket.
And Miz, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Right now, Coach, I believe we have an O-line that's good enough where he could actually drop back now. And
I pray we do, brother.
Okay, that's fine, Miz. But you still, one of the things defensively, put your coaching hat on, Miz. If you're a defensive coach and you know that he's still athletic enough and he's moving, you don't even have to say he's running down the field, but you get the threat of him run. It changes the defense, which opens up things behind guys or in front of guys. So, I mean, that's what I'm talking about in terms of the RPO. And the RPO is not just, it's either run the ball, you read a guy, you run the ball with the running back, or you throw the ball behind that defender who vacated the area. That's what I mean by RPO. I don't mean quarterback read. I didn't say quarterback reads. So I'm talking about either you run the ball. That's why I say you either RPO or play action, which will force the defense to vacate areas so that way you can get receivers into the areas to make a catch.
Yeah, the Giants ran RPO with DeVito and Tyrod Taylor too, so it's part of their offense. So I mean, they're gonna run it. You know what I'm saying? They ran it in Buffalo.
You gotta consider Jones coming off these injuries. You really do.
He can get injured sitting in the pocket.
I'll be honest with you, bro. I'll be honest with you guys. I care less about DeVito. To me, he don't even belong in the NFL. So I don't. But Jones, I care about. So.
But my point is, they run that with every quarterback. It's part of their offense. They're not gonna get rid of it.
Well, can we not run him more often? Like 2 years ago, we were running him like every other play.
I'm not saying that. I think we all will agree with that. Yes, but you still have to have the threat. You still have to.
I understand the element of surprise. I get that. But you guys know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, the thing is, Daniel Jones is not a running type quarterback. That dude literally wants to stay in the pocket and throw. If you actually look at him, but he just never had a pocket to throw from.
Right, I agree.
I'm telling you, I just want to see him with a half decent offensive line, and what I mean by that is if it gives him a chance to step up in the pocket and read the field still.
He said last year's RPO was run pass, no options open.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? I want to see if he can actually be a quarterback that can step up in the pocket and still be able to look downfield to read the field, because he has to step up because maybe Evan Neal is pushing him past him. I don't want to see him trying to step up in the pocket and the defensive tackle is saying hello. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's what's been happening.
Right. You're right.
He's not getting a chance like other quarterbacks like Joe Burrow to able to step up and move to the side a little bit and then throw the ball down the field or something. He's not getting those chances. People don't understand the game. They just think Daniel Jones is just standing there like a statue. Please hit me. No, that's not what he's doing. There's no way he could be doing that because he got 750 yards rushing in 2022. You want to know why? Because he was getting the hell out of there. But I want to see if he can step up in the pocket and throw it down the field, and he has that option. And if he proves that he still can't get it done doing that, then you know what he is. But we don't know what any quarterback really was because we never gave him the pocket to do anything.
Good comment here by Miguel. Says, even if Jones is a decent player, Dable needs to pick his starting 5 and let them gel. If he waits until the last week before the season starts, Jones will fail. And starting 5, I'm assuming he's talking about the
offensive line. That is true, Miguel.
And that's the shit I'm talking about too. You know what I'm saying? This musical chairs experiment and shit, man. They got to figure this thing out sooner rather than later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you gotta let Dable coach, bro. He's been in the league 19 years. He's not somebody like, this guy just showed up to the league 2 years ago. He knows what he's doing. So let's see. You know, give him the benefit of the doubt. He's been in the league forever.
I am giving him the benefit of the doubt. Who I'm not giving the benefit of the doubt to is Evan Neal. That's the only difference. I trust Dable and Shane and them. You know what I'm saying? I went on a tangent with Dable last year because he was doing some funky shit, man. But at the end of the day, man, I think he's a good coach. You know what I'm saying? So
this is what kills me too, because everybody, Kevin, I know you're a long time member of the channel. Appreciate you coming on. But he said y'all saying Daniel Jones don't have time in the pocket, but holds the ball the 3rd longest in the NFL. Go watch the games and tell me how long he has time to hold that ball. Like, literally go watch the games. You could come up with a stat to make anything look good or make anybody look bad. You could come up with a stat to do any of that. I'm literally looking at every game, looking at all 22s, looking at the time that he has to throw the ball. If you can sit there and say that dude has had time to throw the ball, you're crazy. You're crazy.
Here's the thing with about the Daniel Jones situation too is Malik Neighbors is gonna help that.
Right.
When your receivers can get exactly when your receivers can get open, you know what I'm saying, off the snap, you don't need 3 seconds to throw. If he's boom boom and he's open, you can dink and duck your way down the field and then take shots because now you're pulling the defense in.
Yeah, because the defense has to back off a little bit now because now they know that this monster could get open immediately. Mm-hmm. And if this offensive line could just pick up 4, you see what I'm saying? Like, we were getting pressure like it was a blitz with 4 people rushing.
We was losing with 3-man rushes, dog.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy.
So you got 2-point-some seconds with 8 people in coverage? What do you want them to do? With 6 eyes are on him immediately. Like, what do you want him to do?
Man. Frankie G, what's good with you, man? Appreciate you tapping in.
All right, it's me. Just water under the bridge. Last year, you lost Andrew Thomas. It was a complete domino effect.
Right.
Okay. Anyway, that was last year, and we have a new line, a couple added veteran pieces this year. You now have wide receivers actually that can create yaks, so they can catch a 5-yard slant and turn that into 20 or 30. We haven't had that because Wandell could do that in the slot. And we all know Neighbors could catch a 5-yarder and go to the house now. We know that. So Slayton is like a possession veteran receiver, you know? So, I mean, we got things now.
I don't think the offensive line looked better with Tyrod Taylor in the game. Tyrod Taylor's just an experienced quarterback. You know
no, he wasn't, Vince G.
I think that was a lot of, why Tyrod Taylor, people think Tyrod Taylor looked better, especially towards the end of the season. You know what I'm saying? Andrew Thomas was playing. Smits was in the game. We had Pugh. We had
Tyree
Phillips. You know what I'm saying? At the beginning of the season, we had Zuru, McKeithen, fucking Pugh, whoever else.
Pugh wasn't even there yet.
Whoever they could fucking
we were so
find
bad,
to get out
we
there.
brought in Pugh because he was an upgrade. That's how bad the offensive line was at the beginning of the season.
And he wasn't good. Don't get it twisted.
Right.
Justin Pugh did not play well. Good story. He was not a good tackle.
He was an upgrade of what
But
we
he was
had
better
out
than
there.
what we had.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that.
Yeah, he's a leader
That
in the
was
locker
terrible.
room. He's more of that.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah.
I mean, but yo, listen, man, you suffered injuries early. Wilder was a piece we depended on big time, and he was injured all year long. So, but look, the Giants were not as bad as people think, because I want to say this. They were 3 games. They were 1 play and 2 games away from winning, and a horrible refereeing job in Buffalo. Okay,
Yep.
so that's 3 more wins. You're in the playoffs. So
Yeah.
I know I'm not gonna harp on that, NYG, but it's still true. If you want to look at things like
No, you're right. The Giants, frustratingly to me, and I talked about this, man, and then we had the whole "are they tanking" narrative. You know what I'm saying? And that was because they looked so bad in games that they should have clearly won. You mentioned Buffalo, the Jets game.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there was
They
another
had a
one
chance to win the Rams game. They had a chance to win the first Eagles game.
The first Eagles
the last
game.
3
I
weeks
give
of the
you them
season,
3 for sure.
You
They
got
should've
you
won.
got their best football in the last 3 or 4 weeks of the season. You've seen them start to step up football wise in those games. So
yeah,
well, it is
Jay
what it is.
says it too. It was the worst O-line play I've ever
Man,
seen.
I'm telling you.
It was bad, bro. It was bad.
If you want to sit there and
not-
say DJ had time during the first half of the season, you are absolutely
It ain't shit
crazy.
that Daniel Jones would have been able to do with that offensive line. If you want to critique Jones, and I'm gonna be fair, man, y'all know that, man. People call me a Jones defender, but they don't listen to my podcast. You know what I'm saying? Because they just haters. But again, Jones does have to get rid of that. He got that internal clock. Got to speed up a little bit.
Yep.
You know this. You know what I'm saying? You can't be out there, they call it burping the baby and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So he does have to, and to Coach's point, it's his confidence. He's not trusting it. That's why he's hesitating. When you don't trust something, don't you hesitate? I don't know, man. I don't know about that, man. You know what I'm saying? Same thing on the football field. Is he? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Window looking kind of tight. Nah. You know what I'm saying? That's
like he doesn't.
I see.
Another thing, he doesn't have that receiver that he can trust as far as going up catching 50-50 balls consistently. Or if I throw it in a tight window, he'll out wrestle the DB to bring the ball in. He doesn't. He never had that. You know what I'm saying? So the thing I know Daniel Jones is going to have to work on is first, like NYG said, his confidence, bro. The most confident you ever seen DJ was that Colts game, that stretch with a Colts game and a Vikings game at the end of the 2022 season. That was the most confident you ever seen David. And that dude right there, I would have put him on the field to be like, yeah, I think I could beat them. That dude was confident, and he had swag. He even had a swagger throw to Isaiah Hodges at the end of the game. So you can't tell me if you got people around you, you got a certain system around you, and you're confident that you're not a better player. If this offensive line blocks and shows him that he can have confidence to release the ball, and if Neighbors is going up, jumping and catching the ball for him, I promise you it'll be a different quarterback. Now, will it be one of the top quarterbacks in the league? No. But he will be a better quarterback for sure.
Says, why did they draft Wan'Dale so early? Wan'Dale's a good receiver, man.
Right. Wan'Dale's going to have a hell of a year if the offensive line blocks.
I think he's going to be one of Daniel Jones' main targets because his ability to get open quickly. Him and Malik Neighbors. Slayton and Hyatt, they long speed. It take them a minute. That's why we wasn't doing so well. You see the offense start looking better. The offense started looking better when Wan'Dale came in. And coincidentally, that's when Tyrod Taylor was the starter, which is why Tyrod looked better.
And Andrew Thomas came back. You see what I'm saying? That's why Wan'Dale got what he got, because he's a quick route runner. You can get the ball to him quickly. Now, the combination of that and deep, long speed guys, if you have an offensive line that blocks, it could be a problem. I promise you that, because nobody's staying with Hyatt on a deep dig route across the whole field if you're in a man coverage. And if you do have the people and you wind up covering everybody up, guess what? Daniel Jones can take off and run. Why do you think the Eagles were so deadly, even with Jalen Hurts at quarterback? Why you think the 49ers are so deadly?
Nah,
Yeah.
You're right, man. Wandel's a beast in his own right. Call me a home. I don't think the Giants are going to be. I think the Giants are going to be really good this season. And I want to talk a little bit about the NFC East as we move into the next subject. Probably going to go here to about 3, if that's all right with you guys, and then we'll end it off with some Giants trivia. But without saying, neighbors, who are you guys looking forward to seeing on offense the most? I'm gonna give
Evan
you
Neal.
unpopular. I'm gonna give. Of course, my eyes gonna be on him. Pause. But I'm gonna give you an unpopular one here. Theo Johnson, man. I want to see this kid Theo Johnson. I want to see what he can do. I've been hearing great things about him in OTAs. The kid looks the part. He's got the speed. I think him and Bellinger, excluding Waller for a minute, we still don't know, but I think him and Bellinger can be a really good tight end combination. They both can block, so they're 2 all-around tight ends. I'm excited to see what Theo Johnson can do, not only as a route runner and a pass catcher, but also to see if he can help blocking. You know what I'm saying? If he's a better blocker than somebody like Darren Waller or what's the other guy that can't block for crap? Kaiser. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to see. I kind of feel like I know what I'm gonna get from Neighbors. So, but Theo Johnson, I'm just really excited to see how they use him and what he can do, especially in the red zone. But G Nation, since you dancing over there, I'll let you answer this question. TP says, without saying neighbors, who are you most forward to seeing on offense the most?
Bellinger.
Okay, the other tight end. Okay.
I think Bellinger has an advantage simply because he's been in the system longer. He knows the offense better than Theo Johnson. And I think he's going to be Daniel Jones' security blanket as far as who gets the I forgot what it's called. Jesus Christ. Damn. You know what I'm talking about. His safety blanket. When the play breaks down, that's the guy he's looking to check down. That's going to be his check down safety blanket. Okay? Until Neighbors, the game slows down for him. Hopefully Jalen Hyatt gets better with this year. And hopefully Wan'Dale Robinson has become immensely better in the slot. If this offensive line can hold it together for long enough for DJ to go through his progressions, I think Bellinger is going to be a big threat that nobody is talking about.
That's a good pick. I like that one. People have been sleeping on Daniel Bellinger a lot, even after he had a good.
He got Judy chopped. They kind of counted him out.
Who was that?
You know, Diamond Dave got arrested. Speaking of Judy chopped, he got arrested in Knoxville.
That dude got arrested?
He got arrested in Knoxville.
Man, that's messed up.
For Judy chopping somebody that didn't need no ninja.
Right.
Wait a minute, NYG, you don't know who that is?
But Coach,
You don't know who this is?
I want to say, but I don't want to guess wrong.
Don't be afraid to guess.
Oh, man.
I'll be honest, I don't know who it is. I think
I
it's Madonna.
just want to be your lover,
Who the hell is her
girl.
name?
Tina Marie.
Yeah,
Tina
there you
Marie.
go, Tina Marie.
I was going to guess that too. I was like, I want to say it, but I want to get it wrong.
I always thought she was black.
Nah. That's
Yeah, I know.
That's when I seen her face, I immediately thought Tina Marie, because she's one of the only white girls that really had that type of soul voice.
A lot of people thought she was black till they seen her on video. It was like,
Yeah,
what?
I was one of them.
When I finally seen her, I was like, she was white.
Yeah,
Dang,
man.
she had soul.
Yeah.
But
She was with Rick James, bitch.
right,
Yep.
Rick James taught her a few things, I guess.
Rick James turned her out. Come on now.
Yeah.
Taught her a lot of things. But the player really, I do want to see. Hopefully, he makes this team. I know he's gonna make the team, but somebody said it in the chat before I did. Tyrone Tracy, man. I really think this dude could be dynamic on this team. But the problem is, if he does turn out to be like that, somebody's losing reps. Like a player that you like is
Eric
going to
Gray.
lose reps because of this guy.
I think it's gonna be Eric Gray.
I think I think it's going to be Eric Gray.
Yeah, because I know they trust Singletary, his experience and everything like
Ooh,
that, and they paid him. He's going to play. But Eric Gray, I mean, he might be on the fence a little bit. Real quick, I want to ask you guys something on this topic real quick before we move on. Do you guys think they keep 3 or 4 running backs?
So hold on. What is this rule of 51? It says we're going to be negative 20 million in cap room. Where do you get this stuff from? Where do people get this stuff from? Like, where do you get that we're gonna be negative 20 million in cap room?
Giants, New York Giants. Appreciate you.
What the hell?
What's wrong?
Like, where do you guys get this stuff from?
Coach.
That's new. That's a new one to me. I never heard that one.
I don't know anything about the rule of 51
Hello?
or whatever.
Yeah, what's up, Lou?
What the hell is going on now?
As of May 15th, they had $6 million in cap room.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, been hearing you.
Giants always had tiny receivers since the success
Lou,
of
can hear you.
Dave Meggett.
Okay.
Well, they had Plaxico, who was 6'6", and then they had Hakeem Nicks. He was 6'2", a solid 6'1", 6'2".
No, Plax was 6'4".
Yeah, Plax was tall. Nicks was tall.
Amani is about 6'1",
was
6'2".
a taller receiver. Yeah, but yeah, Slayton's 6'2". So yeah, to your point though, they always tend to, but hey, shorter guys, faster, more agile, more athletic. I don't know, just I'm spitballing, but they do kind of tend to favor. They have a prototype. I would say that.
In today's day and age, actually, Meggett would be a slot receiver.
But Meggett was a running back though.
Yeah, he was a running back, but he could in today's game. He would be more of a slot receiver because y'all use him in the backfield, but he would be more suited for the slot position. I hear the music now, Lou.
Jalen Hyatt.
Oh, I told you 2 goons in my living room.
Already been having issues with music copyrights on this channel.
But here's my take on players that I'm going to keep an eye on, and it's going to be in the defensive backfield. Cordell Flott and
he said offense. So,
offense.
Brooklyn,
Yeah,
NYG.
huh?
One of them from Brooklyn. So it's 2 Bronx Puerto Ricans and a Brooklyn Puerto Rican, my cousin.
All right, shout out to Brooklyn, bro. You already know.
He ain't got no damn sense neither. My cousin ain't got no goddamn sense.
Then I'll stay with Johnson like you. Then if it's on offense.
Yeah. He said he specified. He said on the offense.
I missed that.
There's a lot of players on defense, man.
Well,
this
Coach,
defense, I think, is gonna be real good.
I got a question for you, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Is this the year that you are willing to say if Evan Neal does not produce this year, we need to move him to guard or do something else?
After this year, yes. After this year,
tackle.
After this year, yes. I'm fine with that. After this year, if you say next year, you have to move him inside. Okay. As long as he really plays a good portion of the season. That's the thing. He hasn't played a lot from me. So, and I know in playing offensive line and having coached, he's played 20, if I'm not mistaken, 20 some odd games over 2 years.
Yeah, been hurt a lot.
He's been hurt. I give him that. That's why to me and I know you need time when you play offensive line. You also need time. Now the thing that's hurt him is moving players around because an offensive line, the best way you can judge an offensive lineman, honestly, is playing with the same 5 guys out there consistently. If you're moving around guys and bringing in another guard, then it's kind of hard because everyone is different. And everyone, when you play the line, So how one guard sees a stunt versus the other guard, it takes time. And when you're out there, playing the game is muscle memory. And when I say muscle memory, is doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, that it becomes second nature. You don't even have to think about it.
Yep.
And that's the thing. So
Same thing with fighting. You slipping punches and slipping and
talks
catching.
down on the Giants. I have never talked down on the Giants.
Who said that?
Tommy, he just put it in there. He said, I talk down on the Giants, but have faith in Neil. When have I ever talked down on the Giants?
Nah, you
no,
got him
you
confused, Tommy. Coach,
If you're talking about me, Tommy, no, I'm sorry. No. I look at every position, every player, every
he's talking
coach.
about Kevin Doncic. He said, I still have
Yeah,
faith
Kevin.
in Neil. He's
Okay,
responding.
I apologize. I apologize. I apologize. I apologize. It just came up and we're talking about
No,
Neil,
this
so I'm just
Kevin.
like,
This Kevin Dodge. Kevin Dodge talking about we gonna be negative 20 million in the cap room. Okay.
all right.
Can you give a source for that?
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
You know, because we look, man. Sources,
We are
because people,
projected to have.
because people
Look-
say things in the chat, and I'm gonna expose one of them when we get to my trivia, because something that dude said was wrong.
We are projected to have 26.8 million next year in cap space with Daniel Jones contract on the books and Waller's contract on the books and Gano's contract on the books
Sports fanatics here.
and New Year's Roche's contract on the books. So, like, please tell me where the negative 20 million is coming from.
He talking about Coach Dave. He only talked down on Coach
Rick.
Dave. Okay, listen. We're not even going to entertain that right now. Listen, we got two fierce competitors here with me, sports fanatics, Coach Ed Gladney, okay, and Big Pat Sports Talk. Now, the last time I played trivia, I won, but it was by a mistake with the system, I believe, because it wasn't catching our answers in time. So now, if we're going to do trivia, I got Pat and Coach to deal with. So this should be interesting.
Gonna be fun. We're gonna get
Yeah,
to it.
you need to put that trivia question on there. What source said the New York Giants will have negative $20 million next year?
This is mine. This is mine. I'm going to drink this with my fellas. You don't need
When
no
we can save, if Daniel Jones proves to be what you guys say, we can save 20 million with Daniel Jones and another 11 million with Waller, and be up to 57 million just that fast. Hey, Tribe, what's good, Tribe?
What's good, bro?
Brooklynite. Another
What's
Brooklyn.
Oh
good,
man.
Shout
Anybody
out
tell
to
y'all
BK.
all looking
What's
like
good, bro? What part of Brooklyn you from? What part of Brooklyn you from?
It's good,
What
Pat.
block?
NYG. What's that, Coach? Right? Yeah, that's Coach. Peace,
man, y'all stay safe, man.
Dallas. Fuck Dallas. Knicks fan, but I'm going for Kyrie. Let's go.
Oh yeah, I'm a Mavericks fan too, Tribe. I hope we make it all the way to the finals.
Man, screw Kyrie Irving.
You can't say nothing. You a Nets fan.
That's what I'm saying. Screw Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, me too. I'm not voting for them.
All right.
Oh yeah, he did play with the Nets over there with
Hey, close the door.
KD.
Stop saying these niggas is raised in the barn. Give me a second.
All right.
No, King Jers, I do not believe he will play.
What's good,
Kevin
A-Trax?
Johnson, we're just telling you to prove your source to say we negative 20 million. What's this rule of 51 everybody's coming up with?
Yeah. I thought the Giants was plus in the cap space. But,
He's talking about next year. We about to be negative 20 million. How?
oh, next year? No. How are we gonna be negative 21 next year? How?
How we gonna be negative 20 million this year? It wouldn't even be
No
possible.
way.
What are you
can get out
talking
of
about?
Jones contract. You can get out of a bunch of contracts after next year. That's crazy.
And you still have the option to extend Dex, Leo, not Leo, but Thomas.
Andrew Thomas.
Like, come on, man. You dudes don't think, bro. You dudes think Daniel Jones' contract just took over the whole Giants cap. How are we gonna be negative 20 this year, Kevin Doncic? How? Please tell us how, bro.
Aquarius, what's good? Says
Honey Badger.
need to see DJ show up in primetime games. Jones has a 12-32 record in big games. Yeah, I'd like to see a little improvement there myself. Yep. Can't lie. Separation with neighbors gonna be ridiculous. I'm already coming a fanboy.
Check the private chat, fellas, if that helps you.
Already over the cap. Yep, here we go.
Yeah, we got 1 million left, and we haven't
Yeah.
restructured not one contract.
And 2025.
25.
Where are they? What the hell are they? Oh, they are. Yeah,
At the
13
top.
million.
Yeah,
13
it's no
million.
13.5. Now
And
that is
that's
with 45 guys. So I will say that.
mm,
Because if you look at the number, it tells you the
yeah,
number of
it's
guys.
45. Yep. Because
So
the free agents. Yeah, you got free agents.
yeah, you got free agents, so that's the whole thing. It's like, right there, you got 13 before you do anything, and that's without any restructures or anything of that nature. So
Right.
it's like,
Yeah.
where
No,
is
we
that
didn't have
coming?
to restructure contracts, Kevin Doncic. That's the reason why we only have 1 million.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have to restructure anything. Like, what are you
But that
dudes
is
talking
1
about? And the
million.
cap is still going up.
Like Coach said, that's the cap space. Effective cap space is 4.7 million. I think that's what we got to use. And then the number of players that we got on the roster is 91.
Mm-hmm.
So
Because you get the what you call with or what's his name, the
So
kicker.
we got to release 38 players. That's going to bring back all that money.
and this is and this actually shows the effective cap space. Man, fuck that. I'm gonna share this because people not gonna play us like we don't know our stuff. Appreciate this, Coach.
Just so you know, when we say we gonna pull up, we gonna pull up. This the type of people you dealing with for real, for real. They just gonna block my face with the comment, huh? Y'all do me dirty around here.
Man, you had your camera off, man.
I had to get the goons out my house.
Yeah.
No, we didn't restructure
No, we
Jake's
didn't.
contract.
So right here, the Giants effective cap space. And if you see, it says up here, effective cap space is the
Why
space
y'all-
a team will have signing at least 51 players. So that's what Homeboy's talking about, and is projected class to his roster. So this is after the 51 players and the rookie class is signed. They still got $4.7 million.
My beloved brothers,
Right there.
why are you giving any of your good energy away? Proving anything to these dudes who just be
No, nobody has to
Nah.
touch DJ's contract. Like, what?
This
Get
is
out of here.
this is
Stop it.
this is our audience, and we want to educate our audience on factual information. Because people hear things in chats and they just take and run with it. Oh, I heard that. No, we're showing you what it is and what it
They
ain't.
don't have to do anything with DJ's contract. Sorry, DJ Hater.
And here's the
We got 91, sir. What are you talking about?
here's the next here's 2025s. So you see right there 13, and then you got the 8.4 million effective cap space, but that's just with an active of 45 players.
I just really love how everybody becomes a cap specialist.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have fans no more.
When
We
it
have
comes to to somebody they don't like, they all become cap specialists and
specialists, yeah.
financial advisors all of a sudden. If you guys were so great with numbers, you wouldn't be here watching us on YouTube, my G.
But
This
people
is why
wanted
I
us to
respond
trade
to this foolishness. You know what I'm
number
saying?
one picks and sign T. Higgins to a massive contract. So, but
Out of here, bro.
Yeah.
Trying to get these niggas out of my living room. Jesus Christ.
But yeah, that's that, man. So just want to give you guys that. Appreciate you, Coach. And we're gonna get to one other thing here I want to talk about before we get into trivia. Run down the chat real quick.
Marie's looking good in that pitch, though.
Yeah.
Team Marie.
T. Marie
Oh,
was a
Miss Tina
beautiful.
Marie.
He is a beautiful, beautiful one.
But
Beautiful.
that's that's for all of y'all who think it's a game. You the type of niggas that'll pull up to your city. So I would suggest y'all be mindful with the comments, because we do travel. We pull up. Going
Well, you go find the source that tells you we'll be negative 20 million. You freaking
Brown said I'm good with numbers, but I can also enjoy good Giants
Wait a
content.
minute. Wait a minute. Just one thing. Just one thing. All right, because even though you say negative, No matter what, every team in the NFL does this. They're going to manipulate their books. They're going to manipulate it to get the books to say that they're where they're supposed to be with the league. Because if not, it is a violation of league rules.
The
which
Saints
will
do it at negative 80 million.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Every
year.
year they manipulate their books. So
the Eagles signing everybody. Like, come on, cuz. Like, you dudes hate DJ so bad. We're gonna be negative, man. We can't.
We don't run from nobody, Kevin. Nobody runs over here.
Right.
So
even if they did go negative 20 million, the restriction of Dexter Lawrence contract, the Giants now have 10 million in cap room. How the hell did that happen?
Brown, bro, thank you for stopping by and enjoying the content.
Yeah, man.
Listen,
appreciate all y'all, man.
We have to
162 in the chat
times to respond to some of these crazy comments, because I know that NYG be having much more things that he has planned to do with the show, and we get derailed responding to some of the foolishness sometimes. But you know, it's all in fandom. We all cheer for the Giants, and there's gonna be difference of opinion, but you know, hopefully when the season starts, we can all get on board and pull for Big Blue. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. Trying to get a championship, trying to bring another Lombardi back to MetLife, man. For us dehydrated fans who haven't won anything in a long time. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. You know, it's all good. I'm sure he got.
Oh, that's where it came from. That's where it came from. You get the hint, Pat. Giants YouTuber who name rhymes with Jim has been pushing the crew.
You get your information from Big Blue. Notice how hard I'm laughing. This got you wrong. Stop being a sheep. Leave this flood to damnation, you idiot. Leave him alone. Line tell Big Blue that dude's been wrong forever.
What's good, Zay? Appreciate you tapping in, brother.
Rule of 51. Yeah. We got 91 players on the roster. We ain't negative. But as soon as we get to 53, we going to be negative. I got you. All that money that count against the count with those other 40 players, it don't come back to us. Where it go? Hey, can we get the trivia, please?
Yo, man.
Man, these dudes trip. That's where he got his information from?
Yeah, man. Yep.
Oh, man.
Shout out to Giants Clown. He said, name who rhymes with Jim.
You got the wrong name, Giants Clown. Online Tim Blue needs that name. Giants Clown. That's what he needs.
Oh, man.
Clown.
We got to score 12 points on D every game.
Man, that dude. Man, y'all crazy, man.
Right,
y'all better start doing your own research, study to show yourself approved. I'll tell you that.
Let's talk a little NFC East here, man. Since we're picked to finish last in the division, I want to look at some of these rosters and we'll start with Washington.
Washington.
Yeah,
I said it like that on purpose, yeah. Because they washed.
Somebody's had one too many of these.
Right.
Nah, not yet. Maybe later, but
I had to take that from my cousin because he's about to get in trouble again.
Alright, let's share the screen here. So we're gonna look at the Commanders' depth chart here and see what we are up against. This great team here that everybody picks to be better than the Giants. And I want to start.
Hey, you can barely see it, NYG. You might have to hit that plus a couple more times.
All right, I got you. Good now?
Yeah.
I'll scroll down, but we're just gonna start with the offense. Let me look how it looks. Oh yeah, y'all should be able to see that.
Okay, at receiver.
Hey, 1 second. Sorry. For those of you who have not subscribed to G Nation Inside Sports, I am 3 subs away from 1,700 subscribers. Can I get 3 subs? 3 subscribers to G Nation Inside Sports would really help me out a lot. Ninja watches.
Go sub to G Nation Inside Sports.
And
Yeah,
Giants
me
clown,
too.
no, I do not believe Trent Williams has surpassed Anthony Munoz. I think Anthony Munoz is one of the greatest players this league has ever
Hmm.
Um, Coach, you got
Wow.
the chat,
Yeah, I
and I'm
got you.
gonna I'm gonna
Where'd
talk a
you
little
leave
bit
off?
about
Where'd you leave off just so I can get?
let's see.
No.
So start
There
with
it
the
is.
12
Pseudo
points on
Jay
D
Bears.
every game from New York Giants. I think that's where I was at.
Okay.
But okay, so
Gotcha.
they got Terry McLaurin here, Jahan Dotson, Luke McCaffrey, Dami Brown, Dax, Milan, and I don't know. That's
I'll
that
be
dude from
honest with you.
Philly, Zach,
Yeah,
Zacchaeus, whatever.
I really
Yeah.
want to like artists because a lot of these dudes ain't gonna make the roster behind.
Well, these are the starters right here, the top three. Boom, boom, and I guess you could put the next three in there too. More than likely, these guys ain't going. Jamison Crowder, we had him. So,
He'll make it as a kick returner,
yeah,
but
something like that.
Bird and Tinsley
Yeah.
Mitchell and
But
Jermaine
these three
Bryson.
receivers right here, let's just focus on these three. Maybe throw De'Ami Brown in there. I know they like to use him sometimes. And of course, you got Ertz, and then they drafted Ben Sinnott at tight end. How do you guys feel like we match up with their wide receivers with our defensive backs?
I think Scary Terry and Deontay Banks is going to be another heck of a matchup. I really think Cordell Flock can handle Jahad Dotson. Dotson hasn't shown me that he's going to be that super explosive receiver out of Penn State that they said that he was going to be. Luke McCaffrey, I think Phillips could get physical with Luke McCaffrey, rookie on rookie. So that'll be a pretty good matchup. See who wins that. Zach Ertz isn't what he used to be, and Senna is going to be a rookie. So I think we match up pretty well against them, to be honest with you. Will they make some plays? Yes. Washington always finds the way to make plays down the field against anybody. So you can't be discouraged like we're going to stop them from getting any type plays down the field. That's just not – you're not going to stop Washington from making a play down the field. You're just not with Scary Terry and them on the field.
Coach, you want to chime in and what's your thoughts on how the Giants secondary versus the Commanders skill position players?
Well, I mean, of course, with they're a little bit more veteran based on the experience. So that's a I don't want to say a concern, but that's something that you have to factor into your evaluation. Everything is contingent upon the defensive line and getting pressure, but we do have the talent to make plays on the back end. So I mean, if our guys get their hands on the ball, to be honest with you, it wouldn't surprise me if we score a few defensive touchdowns from the back end. So because especially with the pressure coming up front with Tibbs and Dex and Burns, and if we do send a blitz here or there, plus the way our DC can mix up coverages, and play games on that back end. So, but again, if we're just doing man on man, I have to be fair. I mean, they're veterans, so they know how to set the defensive backs up, and being that they're younger, they're going to bite on some of the plays, but they're talented. So,
I'm worried about Scary Terry. Always does well against the Giants. He's going to get his, so to speak, pause. But these other guys, I mean,
don't sleep on McCaffrey, though. I'll say that. Don't sleep on Luke McCaffrey.
But I will say don't sleep on Phillips. Like Pat
No.
said.
I'm not
That's a
saying
good
that.
matchup.
Yeah.
I'm just
they're
talking
both
about the
rookies.
matchups. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's gonna make plays, but I kind of feel confidence against the rest of the group. And the tight end doesn't worry me too much. Zach is getting a little older. Ben Sinnott, rookie. He might make a couple plays here and there, but I would have to say if I actually think I give the Giants a little bit of an edge.
I forgot they signed Austin Eckler too.
Austin Eckler, yeah, and Brian Robinson is something to worry about. So we'll get to that, but that starts with the offensive line. That's why I didn't go there first. I wanted to go O line. Cornelius Lucas, left tackle. Nick Algretti, Tyler Badass, Sam Cosme, and Andrew Wiley, starting from left to right tackle. And of course, you got Jaden Daniels. They drafted Sam Hartman.
Now, is he drafted or undrafted free agent?
Undrafted free agent.
Yeah,
he's
I don't know.
undrafted.
It don't tell me right here, but and then you got Eckler, Brian Robinson, and so on.
Rodriguez is pretty good too.
Kentucky running back.
How do you guys feel about our front seven versus
I think our
their front
defensive
seven?
line should be able to dominate these guys.
I agree.
If
I would
they're
say
playing
that.
up to their potential, I don't see no reason why we can't have success against these guys.
I will say this: we better hold the line in the run game. You know that's the only
That's the
thing.
only thing that will kill us.
Yeah, if they can get a good run game and include a Daniels, his threat in the run game, or even in an RPO or a play action, then it could put us in certain situations where we could get exposed, especially with a young defensive backfield. That's the only concern that I would have. But again, if our front line, I think Dexter will handle anything that they have on the interior. And he will shut down any
How you feel
type
about
of
the
attack.
edge matchups? Their tackles,
That's
Cornelius Lucas and Andrew Wiley.
passing situation. I think we can make some plays there. I really have to study Lucas a little bit more. That's the one I want to see. But again, if they're trying to hit us with outside zones, Eckler can hit the edge on the run game. So that's where you have to you have to give it a little bit more credence as opposed to just say we're just going to dominate them. That's the only thing. Do I think if we're in passing situations we can get pressure on their quarterbacks? On their quarterback, yes. You have if Daniels is starting, he's going to be a young quarterback. He's still going to take time to develop. So, and especially if you have a defensive backfield where you're going to roll coverage at times, if you invert your safeties with your cornerbacks at certain situations, I don't think he saw that in the Pac-12 or in the SEC. I don't even with Alabama. I do not think he saw any type of inversions with them like that. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be intriguing to see the matchup. So, but again, if we can get pressure on Daniels and we can keep him in the pocket, don't let him sliver and get through a crack, it could change. It could be to our advantage defensively.
Do you spy him with somebody like Isaiah Simmons?
You give him every type of look possible. I'm not going to consistently spy him, but can you spy him at times? Yes. But can you also play coverage? Can you roll quarters? Can you go cover? I mean, you can go 6. You can roll 2. You can roll a 2 read. Whatever you want to do, because there's, like I said, you can invert your coverages with your cornerbacks and your safeties. And for those of you who don't know what I mean, is if you're showing a cover 2 look with your 2 high safeties, you drop both safeties down into whether you take the hook area or you shoot them to the flat, and you take both cornerbacks and shoot them into the deep half to play cover 2. You're just switching responsibilities on the snap. That's all I'm talking about there. And he's never seen anything like that because that will force him to hold the ball, which then can allow your pressure to get to the quarterback. So, and that's all I'm talking about. If you want to roll cover 6, you want to go cloud, you want to go Scott, whatever. The point being is you give him different looks. If you want to do a spy, if you want to hit him with a blitz on occasion, you want to sugar your look. I'm sorry, if you want to show your blitzing, but then drop in the coverage. So, no, it's actually called sugar.
I know what you say.
No, I mean NYG. I'm just saying.
But if you don't know football talk, what?
Yeah. Sugar just
like
means
Prince?
Yeah, sugar just means just showing a blitz and then you're dropping in the coverage and offenses. Sometimes you may even hear it. An offense. When the offensive line they're sugaring the look. They're sugaring the look. That's just telling you that they're disguising it. That's
There's
all
a
they're
such
doing.
thing in playbooks back in the day, Coach. You know, it was called the Sugar Blitz.
Yes, it was
Sugar Blitz, yeah, I
exactly.
remember that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's different things, but do you give him the different looks, especially as a young quarterback? Yes, you do, because that's to your advantage defensively and work to be a better defensive offensive player. So let me see.
So moving on to the defense, because we got to get to the Philly Eagles and Dallas too. So pass rushers, Dorrance Armstrong, they got him from Dallas. They got Dante Fowler Jr., Deron Payne and Allen, we know. Keelan Farrell. Ugh, oh boy. Remember him? The Raiders drafted him like really high and he never did anything. They got this kid, I know, Drazon Newton.
He's already hurt, but he'll be back.
They got Frankie Louisville from Carolina. He's a pretty good
Very
player.
good.
Bobby Wagner.
See how much he has left, but still very good.
Good. Of course, you got Jamon Davis
Mm-hmm.
and backing them up. And corners, you got St. Jude.
He's iffy, off and on.
Michael Davis, Jeremy Chin, another one from Carolina, pretty
Good.
good player. And Derek Force.
You got to see what he's about. And you got Mike Sanders still. They're going to use him in a different variety of ways. The defense is actually legit.
I think the defense is looking pretty decent.
Because Dorrance Armstrong is no joke. You got the Wonder Twins. And Farrell, who knows, playing with two good defensive tackles, who knows what he can do. And then they got Dante Fowler to back him up. So it's going to be a test for that offensive line, and I can't wait to see it. I want to see this offensive line tested. This is a game that Evan Neal will be tested. Can you handle a Dante Fowler or Dorrance Armstrong? You should be able to. They're not household names. They're not names that you should be scared of. So you should be able to go out there and handle them. Now, this is a game. I think this is week 2, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, week two.
Right.
Oh, it's week 2? Oh, so this is
Minnesota
week 2,
and
right?
Washington. Yeah.
Now, if Evan Neal struggles against every last one of them dudes, I would consider benching him. If you make it Dorrance Armstrong look like freaking the dude over there, Parsons or somebody, then I might want to pull you. You know what I'm saying? So because if we got time to work against that secondary, I think we win that game easily.
I agree. What's your thoughts on this, real quick, Coach? I forgot about Sandstrom too, Pat. Dude from Michigan, yo, he's pretty.
But he's been hyped up. I like to see what he could do.
Yeah.
As far as being in coverage in the NFL, I know he can tackle. I know he can cover some space. But what is he going to do when he has to cover Hyatt going down the field? What is he going to do when he has to cover Wandale Robinson and his moves?
Well, that's going to be his
we get Malik
Neighbors.
Neighbors. Well, if we could get Malik Neighbors on him.
Yeah.
What is he going to do when he? I don't know. I just love the game of football, bro.
Yeah. I think you're
back.
right though. I think we can cook their secondary, man, if we get time. But that front line is okay. It's not out of this world, in my opinion. But I think they have a decent enough defense to, if you letting them get pressure and you're not on top of your game, you can get beat.
It's also a matter of what does Coach Quinn, how is he utilizing everyone? Is he really taking advantage of their abilities? And also, do these guys ultimately fit what he's trying to do defensively? Because he's a very good defensive coach. He really is. So, and
what about his offense? What about
I understand.
Team, you know what I mean?
So, and what you call said it earlier too. Where is it? Right here. Eugene Brown said it. Cliff Queensbury. So I mean, that's something that you basically. You have to, you can factor into the equation, but again, and it's also the second game. So second game of the season for them. So it's going to still take them time to develop and adjust. So but defensively, that's a good defense. For the most part, it's nothing that you can sit here and say, oh, the Giants should be able to do whatever they want. No. It's going to be a battle.
I don't think any of these teams are going to be able to just move the ball up and down the field. You know what I'm saying? That includes us too. I think our defense is like that. So,
Exactly. So I mean, it's like you said, it's a matchup that I love. I'm going to love to watch and see, and not just the players in the game, but the coaching adjustments. I mean, the average fan does not look at that, and I get it. That's where I dive into more, and my fandom is, okay. Well, they've done this. What do you do to adjust to that? How do you adjust to that? And then do you see the players adjusting to what the coaches are adjusting? So I know I'm a little bit more of a nerd, football nerd in that regard. But
You a coach. You
how
supposed to talk like
Right.
that. Yeah.
You know
I've
what?
always
If
been
you
like
wasn't
that.
talking like that, I would question you. Like,
I
Right.
got a question for you, Coach, in regards to the running back situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm of the mindset that, and I want to know if you agree with this philosophy. Um, when a running back who is produced for your team and has put the team on his back for seasons, couple seasons, when had wide receivers injured or your quarterback was down or your defense sucked or whatever the case may be, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your running back has been like your go-to guy, right? And
Mm-hmm.
you see that his career, he's been running 4 years, 5 years. It's taking a toll on him, and this fifth season, he kind of tapered off. He got 1,000+ yards every season for 4 seasons, right? And then the fifth season, he got like maybe 800, was banged up, but he's earned your respect and he's carried the team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would it be smarter to cut him or change his role for that season? Like, okay, he's your guy hitting the hole, fighting for them 2-3 yards, pause, right? And so he tapered off, got 800 yards, he's kind of banged up. This season, I want to use him more in the screen and passing out of the backfield, right, to reduce the wear and tear on him. And then next season, we'll go back to running him out of the backfield. Do you think that that's a smart strategy, or you think just cut him and get a new running back?
I mean, there's a little bit more that I would add into it, but I mean, just based on that, I mean, it's no problem if he's that productive as of a back. I mean, if you want to adjust his role, not change it completely, but you want to adjust it a little bit, that's fine. I mean, getting him out onto the into the edge if he has that type of ability, where he's dynamic and you can use him one on one trying to attack a DB or an outside line. That's fine. I don't have an issue with that, especially if you feel the wear and tear can help him going in the future add to the production to the offense. Now, to be honest with you, this is the NFL. You got to always factor in money. Money's always going to
Yep.
be an equation. If you're going to make that type of an adjustment as an owner, you got to make sure you sell the owner. Look, I'm trying to save him the wear and tear so we could use him going forward. Then the next question is, as an owner, well, who's going to replace the production in the run game? Because if you're putting him out there on the edge a lot more, who now that means I got to pay somebody to go ahead and at times at least give a threat to, I'm going to run some inside zone. I'm going to run some power to that effect. So it's a little bit more than just set player. You got to look at
And
it's a bigger picture to that. So,
then you
but
got that player has to accept that role.
yeah, and that's the other thing too. So, I mean, if you're just going to, that's why sometimes you may see teams just say, you know what, it's better, it's easier. I don't have to deal with the headache. Let me just cut them. Let me just cut him and just move on. And, I can take how much money is he going to make? Maybe I can get 2 or 3 people to do some of the things that he did in that regard. So that's why I say I get it from a fan's perspective. As a coach, if I'm looking at it as an executive, it's a whole lot more to it than that.
Mm-hmm.
And let me get back to the
all
chat.
right, let's move on to the next team that I'm gonna talk about here, and it's gonna
Calling
be
it now. G-men start 5-0, finish 12-5, and all the DJ haters will finally wake up and finally see what happens when you give a QB a good old line, play calling, coaching, a number one receiver. Woo! Tell them every
Nah, they just say it's all Malik neighbors. That's what they say.
All right, looking at the
gotta
Eagles
show
here,
tomorrow.
we got skill position players. We'll start with them. Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, we already know there. They got our buddy Paris Campbell. Who knew? Aeneas Smith, Johnny Wilson, they drafted. They still got Goddard. They got CJ Zuzama from the Jets. This punk ass. Kenneth Gainwell and Will Shipley at the running back position. How y'all think we match up with their skill position players?
I just think the Eagles will still have the better skill position players. They just do.
Yeah. Coach, what's your thoughts here? Giants versus the Eagles skill position players.
I mean, of course, based on this, it's going to be the Eagles in terms of, what they can do overall against our young defensive backfield. And the second level is a mixture. So, but I have to be honest, it is the Eagles in that regard.
I'm trying to figure out who's guarding AJ Brown.
Shit, the same people guard AJ Brown last year.
That was Larry Jackson, wasn't it?
No, it was Banks.
They put Smith on. They put a Dory on Smith, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
So Dory's
it's Devontae Smith that
so
I'm
who's
worried about.
Smith? That's what
it's going to probably be Flott if Flott is your number 2.
Yeah, and that's who I'm worried about because it's Smith. Because AJ Brown,
they're both light in the ass. Yeah, they're both light in the ass. They both can run. So to be honest with you, that's probably a better matchup for Flott in terms of physicality.
But AJ Brown will bully him.
But again, it depends. It depends. If we're playing zone and you're rolling coverage over the top on him, it might not. So again, it like we're sitting here saying man for man, and I get it. So it's a lot more.
I'm not really saying man for I am in a way, but I'm just saying about like the entirety.
And that's why I say it's going to be more strategic. It's offense versus defense. Where the front line is going to be key. Can we get pressure onto their quarterback and keep him in the pocket where we can make plays on the back end? I'm sorry, go ahead, Pat.
I want to give my honest opinion on this team. I think Dexter Lawrence could be a major factor in this game. Reason why, I've only seen one center in the league actually give him issues. And that man was on this team and he's retired. I know for a fact that Cam Jurgens and Landon Dickerson have nothing for him. If Kayvon Thibodeau and Brian Burns find a way to wreak havoc in this game, they're going to have a major problem. I don't care who they got back there as far as the running back. Because if our defensive oh man, see, you're going to get something started. That's the reason why I want to see who the hell is going to be playing next to Dex.
Yeah.
Because the Eagles, the way they run their scheme, is a lot of double teams on the defensive tackles. That's how they nullified Dexter last year. Because Kelsey and one guy was always double teaming Dex, and that other defensive tackle was letting
their tackles man up.
Yeah, they're good at their tackles. If we can win some of those battles in that game, we'll be okay. But I need to know who is playing next to Dex. Is it going to be Jordan Riley?
I don't know.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if we could get that guy that can command attention, and you can't just block him and be like, okay, I'll just just set him this way. Go ahead, Saquon, and go right up the hole. If he's a problem along with Dexter Lawrence, they may have a problem with us this year. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Coach. Where Coach go? Coach, you right there. You supposed to be in the Lower East Side of Manhattan right now. They got the Puerto Rican block party jumping off. They got the food, the music, the girls out there in tight clothes and mini skirts doing salsa. You the closest one to it. You supposed to be over there. You not supposed to be on here with us. My cousin just FaceTimed me from over there. Like, look, nigga, you supposed to be home. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, I
They
think
still got
Dex.
Hurts. No, they got Kenny Pickett. That's funny. Shipley, Kenneth Gainwell. I mean, to your point, Pat, it's like if we can shut this running game down, or at
I'm
least
telling
slow
you,
it
it's gonna be
down,
a problem.
and get our pass rushes in third and them nice pass rush, ideal pass rush situations, I think we're gonna get to Jalen Hurts a lot this
And
year.
I'm not talking about just trying to run and rush straight to Jalen Hurts. I'm talking about having disciplined rush in lanes. Make sure he can't step up, and make sure he can't loop around and get to the
Run around
outside.
you. Yep.
Rush with discipline. Discipline.
I'm
That's why I
excited to
think we can
see.
beat them dudes this year. To be honest with you,
I'm
just
excited to
go
see
ahead.
what Patterson, with Andre Patterson now. Something I forgot to
Yeah.
mention to you guys earlier. Andre Patterson is now working with the outside
Edge rushers.
linebackers.
Yeah, he's
AKA
working with the edge rushers this year.
which is Tibbs, Burns, and Aziz.
He was saying post the link so he could subscribe because I was saying I needed 3 more subscribers to reach 1,700 too, though. And he said post the link so that he can go subscribe to the channel. That's what he was talking about.
But yeah, that's my thoughts. Lou, what's your thoughts real quick on the matchup? Let's just talk about the offense right now. The matchup, our secondary / defense, and how we match up against their skill possession players. The Eagles.
What was the question again?
How do we, as a secondary, match up with their skill position players? Smith, Brown, Paris, Fuckhead, and Dallas Goedert.
Wait, you talking about the Eagles?
Yeah, you see the screen? Are you?
How
even
does our
look-
secondary match up with their offense?
Yeah.
I ain't worried about them bitch ass niggas. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. I know this is your channel.
How did I know
ain't
you was
worried
going to
about
answer
them
that like
dudes,
that?
Right.
They got exposed. Their quarterback ain't all that. You know what I'm saying? And some of their linemen is gone. So I want to see if they still got all that air in their chest when they step out on the field this year. You know what I'm saying? Got their chest all puffed out. Keep that same energy, cause we gonna hurt y'all straight like that.
Mm-hmm.
And Barkley gonna be the recipient of a lot of it.
I hope so. That little sucker, man. Pause. Let's get to the defense.
Chat too, though, so he can subscribe, please. Post the G Nation Inside Sports. That's what he was asking. If you could post my link so he can subscribe.
On defense, defensive end, Milton Williams, Moro Ojomo, drafted Gabe Hall. They got Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter. We know what they can do. Bryce Huff from the Jets, really good pickup. Still got Brandon Graham. Linebackers, Nakobe Dean, Jeremiah Trotter Jr. Of course, his dad played for the Eagles. Devin White, still got Josh Sweat, Nolan Smith. Cornerbacks, Darius Slay Jr., Keely Ringo, CJ Gardner-Johnson, Reed Blankenship, Kenyon Mitchell, who they drafted, and Cooper DeJean, who was also drafted. So putting James Bradbury on the bench. I'm not really scared of this defense, to be honest with you.
I'm not either.
Like,
I'm not either, bro. I'll just be
be
real with you. I'm not either. I might be a little crazy on this one, but I'm not scared of that defense at all.
Me either.
Coach, you supposed to be in the Lower East Side of Manhattan right now, eating some good Puerto Rican food and doing the salsa dance with all them half scantily clad ladies out there. You know they got the Puerto Rican festival going on in the Lower East Side right now.
I got the Puerto Rican Day Parade right in my living room waiting for me.
Oh man, but how you feel about this defense, man, versus our offense, man? Particularly our offensive line, man, because we already know that's going to be one of the keys, and against this Eagles team. Anybody?
I mean, I truly believe, yes, Bryce Huff is cool, but I don't think he's all that. I don't think he's the number one edge rusher. Sweat is nice. I like Sweat. They still got Nolan Smith. They still got the linebackers. I think Jeremiah Trotter is going to replace N'Kobe Dean, and Devin White is overrated to me. Slade is getting older. C.J. Garden Johnson, yeah, he makes some things happen. Cooper DeJean, no, I don't think he's going to be that good. Quinyon Mitchell, we have to see. I think he is going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
I think their defense is a little above average. That's what I believe. Like, they're a little above average. And if our offensive line blocks at least be decent, I think we can get some points put against them.
Since everybody else is biting off you, NYG, I'm gonna go ahead and partake for a minute. Here's my unpopular opinion. Okay, I believe that Barkley, had he had a little patience and stood here, was going to be running finally behind an improved offensive line. Now, guys on that Philly front line are not the same. So he's gone from a team that fixed their O-line to a team that now is going to have O-line issues. And I think he's going to get hurt.
You think they're going to have issues?
No, they ain't going to have issues.
I doubt they have
issues, bro. They're not going to have issues until Lane Johnson retires.
Yeah, then they're going to have real issues. But I think their offensive line is still solid. Is it as great as it was? No, because you can't replace a Hall of Fame center just like that. It's not. It doesn't work like that in the NFL.
Popular opinion for a reason. That's fine. But
nah, I love it, bro, and I hope you're right.
Oh, it's gonna be beautiful.
That would be funny as hell if he goes over there. The Eagles' offensive line breaks down.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious.
Could though. Injuries happen. We always know that, and that's one thing about Philly. They always seem to strike luck when it comes to injuries.
They don't never get anybody injured. When it did happen, look what happened to them. They won one out of their last 7 games when A.J. Brown went down and a couple other guys went down. Shit.
So I'm thinking eventually to lose point. Eventually,
Kelsey gone.
It's going to come up with them. Yeah, eventually these injuries is going to hit you. The Giants gotta have a stroke of luck on this injury thing at least one season.
Right.
So hopefully this.
I think last year was our best year, to be honest. No, it wasn't. I forgot. No, it wasn't. It was when I worked.
2022, we had
22 was a decent year with injuries. Yeah. 2023 went back to the original schedule.
Went right back to right.
Oh shit!
Yeah, shit. I think it is interesting though. They got Cooper DeJean listed as their punt returner. Just a little note right there. All right, let's get to Smallis Cowgirls and and then we'll close it out with trivia. All right, who they got over here? All right, looking at the skill position players: Jalen Tolbert, Brandon Cooks, CeeDee Lamb, Ezekiel Elliott, Rico
Suave,
Duello, whatever. Jalen Brooks. I mean, yikes! This skill position players looking.
They all in though.
Looking light over here for Dallas. I mean, CeeDee Lamb is, he's CeeDee Lamb. Shout out to Gavante Turpin. But goodness.
Turpin should be starting in front of Tolbert.
Yeah, I agree.
What you said the other dude's name was? Rico what?
Suave.
Rico Suave.
He should be fired just for his name.
Nah, his name is Rico
Dwaddle,
or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
Well, I thought you said his name was Rico Suave.
Dwaddle.
Rico Suave.
They got Jake Ferguson and Luke Shoemaker.
Hey, they got 3 good tight ends. Peyton Hendershot is good too.
Go ahead, guys. What y'all think make of this skill position group for Dallas.
11-6. Period. Let me tell you what I make.
11-6 for Dallas.
Giant, no, for the New
Okay,
York Giants. I'm telling you, I'm not worried about none of these dudes. I'm gonna talk like I'm from the South now. I ain't worried about another team messing with the New York Giants.
Well, you do know these other teams affect our how good we do. So
Not this year.
I hope you're right,
The
brother.
only thing I'm worried about them is getting CD Lamb on Andrew Phillips. That's the only thing I'm worried about because they're gonna try to move CD Lamb to wherever your weakest at in your secondary.
Yeah, he's a slot guy.
So yeah, that's the only thing I'm worried about. CD Lamb versus Andrew Phillips. That can go very, very bad.
Offensive line.
If they run the 11 and 12 personnel, then yes, that very well could be the case. Theo Bellinger higher than Neighbors.
Yeah, if they weren't 12 personnel, yeah.
Yeah. But again, they got a new line here. Tyler Guyton looks
It's
like
a rookie.
he's gonna
Well,
be.
he will be good, but he's a rookie.
Tyler Smith, left guard.
Very solid.
Solid. Brock Huffman.
Oh my God, it's time to eat.
Cooper
Beebe.
Zach Martin. No, he's
Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer. And Terrence
Might get hurt
solid.
though. Yeah, they still got a solid offensive line, but I think our guys
There's some holes in that line though.
Yeah, I think our guys could dominate. I think whoever plays against Guyton has to dominate that game.
Mm-hmm.
And Hoffman, Brock, good luck with Dex. They're gonna have to double team with either Smith or Zach Martin every rep. So we should be able to get a couple of might be able to sneak a couple of blitzes in there against them too. And I'm not scared of Ezekiel Elliott as your number one back. That is terrible. Yeah, I'm not scared of this Dallas offense at the least.
Yeah.
But they always find ways to be good, so you can't count them out. So
yeah,
here we go.
It's really a CD Lamb type thing. Like if he ain't out there, it's a wrap.
Yeah, if CD Lamb ain't out there, it's a wrap.
So him himself makes this offense competitive. Nobody's scared of Whack Prescott. But again, if their line is blocking Elliott and this other cat, I'm sure they can pick up some first downs here and there. So it ain't no easy out, but I feel a lot better about facing this team
in the years past.
Yeah. All right, let's go over to the defense now. DeMarcus Lawrence, still a beast.
Evan Neal's abuser.
It's bully.
Man, what?
They need to lock him up for domestic violence or something. Where he been beating on that kid. Pause.
Put him in his place this year.
I hope so. I mean, he can't let him eat his lunch money like he did before.
Because he was a high draft pick, highly touted, even though I stated his problems before we drafted him. He became a Giant, so I'm rooting for him. But I really need him to step up and start manhandling these people. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Because that'll be the difference maker in this offensive line being productive this year. If Evan Neal takes a big leap and John Michael Smith takes a big leap, oh, we got action.
Yeah.
We got action.
They still got Parsons, O.C. Odigizua, so pretty good D-line. Damon Clark, Eric Kendricks. They got Marshawn Keelan back there who they drafted. Whoever this is, Laufa. DeMarvion Overshown. I remember him from
Texas.
Previous draft, yeah.
I believe that, Tommy. Our teams are about to be able to compete against cowards, seagulls. Our D-line will allow our secondary to jump routes and watch the ball more. I believe that. I believe our defensive front will cause a lot more picks and passes defended this year.
So, still got Diggs, still got Wilson, Malik Hooker, Deron Bland, and Jordan Lewis. I think the defense is solid in ways, but again, not lights out. Still some holes in that defense and especially that secondary. So what's you guys' thoughts on our offense versus the Dallas defense?
Well, thank you for being so happy down low, Dave. I'm glad you're
Right.
happy.
Goofy little dude. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not scared of their defense either. Because you gotta have Michael Parsons at edge, Lawrence at edge. Okay, cool. I got Andrew Thomas back healthy. I'm not worried about either of those guys going on his side. Maybe Parsons a little bit if he's half his head all the way in the game. Yeah, maybe. But Mozzie Smith, no. Adigazua, no. Damone Clark, no. They better hope the Marvin Overshown turns into a beast.
Like I said, you have a wrench for a reason, Tommy.
You better hope Demarion Overshown is a beast because Eric Kendricks, no. And if they're not getting pressure, all these DBs get exposed. I put money on it. If they're not getting pressure, all those dudes get exposed. No lie.
Yeah, I think Pat is really up to Lawrence and Parsons here on this defense. Because again, if they're getting pressure on our if they're getting in the backfield, you know what I'm saying, they're rushing forward and they're still getting pressure, gonna be a long day. But if we can hold up and get time, I think we can pick this secondary.
Damn.
Whoa, what is going on?
Oh, you forgot I had a ring, did you?
Man, coach throwing phones.
What happened?
No,
Brian?
it's
You
not
all right over
that.
there?
Yeah. I'm good.
All right.
I ain't gonna lie. That light right there make you look like an evil empire.
Yeah.
Emperor or something. But yeah, if that defensive don't get no pressure,
Yeah,
all these dudes gonna get exposed. Why?
I think they
Man,
cooked.
Perry said Coach tried to kill a roach. Hey, you fool.
Oh shit.
I ain't breaking no electronics to kill a roach. Shit.
But again, man, I think we stack up, and this is the point of this exercise. I think we stack up much better against our division opponents this year than I say since the Super Bowl year, to be honest with you. That's how long it's been. That's how long we've been getting roasted by the rest of,
Slow
particularly Dallas and Philly, but still, you know what I'm saying? We've been near the bottom of our division every year. So improvement, slow, but significant. You know what I'm saying? And that's where we at right now.
I feel you, Eugene Brown, on that needing revenge. But here's the thing with that. They can't even hang that over our head. Because in the big games, to get to the big dance, we beat them. So, they can hold that little week one ass whooping all they want. Because when it counted to go get them last 2 rings that we got, we ran through their ass.
Yeah, we had to beat them.
Yeah, facts, big time facts. But
Just remember that when they try to talk shit. And here's another one you can use on any Dallas fan, and I'll let you guys use this one for free. That star on their helmet, it's not a logo. It's a rating. They're a 1-star team.
Oh man. But yeah, man. So what's your guys' thoughts on this how we stack up against the division?
I mean, I think we stack up a whole lot better, but we still have to wait to see what the offensive line does and if Malik Neighbors can turn into what we all believe he can turn into. If those two things happen, hell, we might be able to get Tyrone Tracy in the open field against those guys on a quick screen and Wandale Robinson in the middle of the field open and taking it 40, 50 yards. Who knows? But first things first, the offensive line has to block. If they don't block, it's going to be the same story. Point blank, period.
Yeah.
But remember that when y'all can all use that one for free. That star on their helmet is not a logo. It's a rating. They are a 1-star team. Y'all trash. 30 years with no championships. Bum asses. All this money. oil investors and oil barons investing, building all these stadiums and all these top-notch players in 30 years, and y'all ain't got shit to show for it. So, miss me with all that. 1-star rating.
Is that
Team.
damn it. What's the kid's name? He used to always come on the show. Philly fan. Somalian pirate.
Shit. I know who you're talking about. Franchise, Big Play Slay.
Yeah, there you go, Slay.
Okay, Slay, yeah.
Slay, is that you?
Hell yeah, that's Slay, Somali pirate.
Oh, who is Slay?
Captain Phillips.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Philly special cards.
What's up, Philly special cards? Eugene Brown, hit that subscribe button for G Nation Inside Sports.
Hey, got a new member, Curdy
Hey,
Kurt.
that's what's up.
Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for talking your talk with Big Pat Sports Talk. Hit that like and subscribe button for the full Big Blue crew.
Yeah, we about to get into some
Watchers, hit the
trivia.
subscribe button.
About to get into some trivia real quick to end the show. But
I need 2 subscribers to get 1,700 subs. Sorry, NYG. Can somebody stop being a ninja watcher? 2 people. I need 2 people to step out of the shadow world and subscribe, man. Y'all be doing me dirty around here, boy. I'm telling you.
subscribe to everybody though. You know,
Yeah, thanks.
me and Coach, we're trying to get to 500.
Yeah.
Pat, I think you're closing in on what, 5,000 now?
I just got over 4,000,
Yeah,
but after
so-
this season, I'll be
Yeah.
closing in on 5,000 for sure.
Definitely.
Drop the channel link, Lou. Y'all know I'm not the most technically savvy nigga here. Give me a second.
All right. Moderators should be able to drop the chat. We'll put a few more moderators in the chat as soon as I figure out how to do it. But
Appreciate you, Curdy Kurt.
I don't know. I guess I have to do it on. But I'm gonna go ahead and make Iman a mod.
Jay Ferries.
And
He said, just make a video talking shit on Daniel Jones. You will get 1,000 subscribers by the end of the day.
You will. I might have to.
That shit is true.
Right.
Might have to do that, man. Might have to put a Daniel Jones video. I get some more subs out here. Your boy need to get to 500.
That's what O-line Tim do.
Yeah.
All right. Eugene said he just subscribed, Lou.
Appreciate it.
Man, that man made a whole coat off of it.
Oh my God. All right.
Made a what?
A whole coat. That dude got a whole coat. O-line Tim Big Blue.
Hey,
Did he really?
thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. The wondrous 1,700 subscriber goal has finally been achieved.
Yep. Hell yeah, bro. Now I need to get.
Thank you
now I
very
need to
much,
get to 2K.
Mr. Eugene Brown and Mr. Coach.
All right, so G, you playing?
Pause. I don't never play. What you talking about?
Oh God.
Oh,
This guy.
man.
Can't fucking
For
say
real,
shit
bro.
around him,
Man, I'm
bro.
gonna turn the show off, man.
Are you playing the trivia
Yeah,
game?
right.
Lou.
Jesus.
3 questions on trivia. I don't know what the hell y'all talking about.
Oh man. All right.
Cut. And this is the only place you could get Giants trivia like this. So when they
Facts.
start taking this stuff again, know that you saw it here first.
Right.
Yeah, buddy.
Believe they fight.
They do be biting. All right. Y'all.
Here's the link. Now, how do I sign into this? NYG?
You don't sign in. I'm controlling it. So you
I
gotta
know,
do
but don't I
nothing
gotta
but
answer through my phone.
nope. Just tell me your answer, and I'm gonna point give you guys the points. So I got Coach, Lou, Pat. Of course, every right answer, give 100 points. 8 questions here this round.
Is it all New York Giants?
Yeah, this is New York Giants trivia, strictly New York Giants. I'm working on one where it's NFL, so we can have like more questions and stuff. But all right. So again, what wide receiver has the most targets in a single season? Now, not yards, but targets.
Targets.
I'm gonna say Steve Smith
in a single season. So, A. Odell Beckham Jr., B. Plaxico Burress, C. Victor Cruz, D. Amani Tuma.
Well, if it's between Odell Beckham and Victor Cruz, it's got to be Odell Beckham.
Pat says Odell Beckham. Coach. Is Coach there?
Victor Cruz. C.
You muted, Coach. You muted.
No, I know. I heard. Something's telling me it's Amani Tumor, but I'm going Cruz.
Cruz. So Coach says Cruz. Pat says OBJ. Who you got, Lou?
I said Cruz before anybody.
Cruz. Okay. And it's Odell Beckham.
Yeah, it had to be Odell
Beckham. OBJ had
Ben McAdoo
2016 had 169 targets with 101 receptions.
Yeah. I thought it was Steve Smith because Steve Smith was the only one that had 100 catches too. Yeah. But it was Odell Beckham.
Yeah.
I knew it was either him or Steve Smith.
So, next question. What year did the New York Giants win their first ever NFL championship? Read the question. What year did the New York Giants win their first ever NFL championship?
6.
No.
33.
33, yep.
NFL championship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 33.
You said 33. Coach says 33. What you got, Lou? Lou.
Hold on, I'm looking at
Okay, take your time. Take your time.
86, 33, 63, and 27. Yeah, Madison Avenue Giants, 1933, yeah.
33. All right. Survey says you're all wrong.
27. Good Lord.
Yep.
They won it in their third year?
Yeah. Giants won their first NFL championship in 1927.
And 86 is the first Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, yeah.
Yeah. I threw that one in there, because
I knew that
was
was
like, Super Bowl. I know you guys won it, but you know what I'm saying? I know the chat's playing along too, so.
Yeah, you know what? Because they just did 2 uniforms. 33 was,
man, we old.
I think 27 was the helmet. That's right. 27, I think, is the helmets. Yeah. 33, I think, is the jerseys and the pants and whatchamacallit. I can't remember. Is it 38? I can't remember.
I know we all wrong.
All right. What New York Giant was the first ever black person to be inducted?
I'm not answering this, man, because you're gonna make. Yeah, because we just went through this with Coach Dave, bro. Come on, man.
Emlyn Tennell, but here's my thing. Emlyn Tennell, and I put this in there for a reason, because I don't like people giving me false bullshit information. He is in the Giants Ring of Honor.
He is?
Yes, he was inducted in 2010. He is the first black ever player to be inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1967. And Emil Tunnel was a defensive back. He was also the first DB to be inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Hey, Roach Dave, don't ever come back on the show, man.
So don't ever do that shit. You ruined my show with some. And that's why me and Coach said, let us take a look at this first before we make rational judgment. That's why we said that. And lo and behold, it was all BS. So, but that's why I do trivia, to educate us and to, eliminate the facts and fiction.
Exactly, right. Iman. Exactly.
Trash.
Yeah, that's bullshit, man. All right, the New York Giants have never made the playoffs in 5 consecutive seasons. What was the only time, I meant to put time period, that they made it 4 consecutive seasons? All right, A, from 84 to 87. B, from 05 to 08. C, from 60 to 63. Or D, 1933 to 1936.
It's either 84 to 87 or 33 to 36. I'm gonna go 84, 87.
All right, Pat says 84, 87. Coach, what you got?
They never made the playoffs in 5
consecutive seasons. 4. That's the only time they made it in 4 consecutive seasons. Only did it once.
Yeah, I have to go A.
A. Lou.
I was the first one to answer. 84 to 87.
I couldn't hear you, bro. That's why I had to turn the music down. I don't know if your mic low or what.
Nah, so you just don't like me. It's all right.
Y'all wrong.
I'm trying to remember because it was
Parcel.
05 to 08?
Yeah. Yeah.
Eli Manning.
You know what? You did. Yep. Eli Manning made it to the playoffs his second year.
05, 06.
Yep. Because he lost to the Vikings, he lost to the Panthers, then he won the Super Bowl, and then they made. Yep. Damn. That's crazy. I forgot about that. Trash.
Yep. They made it in 4 each season, winning the Super Bowl in 2007.
I forgot that we got trounced to the playoffs twice before we won that Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
We got put out by the Panthers,
didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah, the Panthers, and one of the Vikings one year they put us out.
I think so.
And then we lost to the Eagles when Plaxico shot himself.
Mm-hmm. All right. LT and Strahan are the top 2 Giants leaders in career sacks. Who is number 3? A. Jack Gregory. B. Leonard Marshall. C. George Martin. D. O.C. Umenyiora.
It's Leonard Marshall.
I'm going George Marshall. I mean George Martin. George Martin.
O.C. Umenyiora.
O.C. Umenyiora. And it's George Martin.
Coach got me. I knew it was between them two.
Coach got it. George Martin is 3rd on the Giants' career leader.
Yeah,
in
96?
Yes, he did.
You almost had 100? Hey, George. I thought it was Leonard Marshall.
Yeah, Strahan and LT are the only ones with a buck. Leonard Marshall, I think, if I'm not mistaken, was
like 78.
4th or 5th. Yeah,
cracked Joe Montana in half.
Big time facts. All right, Coach got that one. 200 to 300. All right, let's keep rolling, fellas. All right, who was the first New York Giants running back to rush for 1,000 yards in the season? A. Ron Johnson. B. Joe Mixon. C. Dave Meggett. D. Tiki Barber.
Davey Meggett.
Lou says Meggett. Coach.
Ron Johnson. Ron Johnson.
Says Ron
It's
Johnson.
got to be Ron Johnson because I don't know who Joe. If you would have said Joe Morris, maybe, but no, I know Joe Mixon.
Tiki Barber. All right, and the answer is Ron Johnson.
Yeah, Ron Johnson.
Son of a bitch.
What, 70?
I'm like Pat playing Uno.
I don't know who Joe Mixon is.
6? Was it 70 or 8? 78, 76, 78?
1970, Coach. 1970. Yep.
No wonder I didn't know that one.
Yeah.
I just did a process of elimination.
I knew what Joe Mixon.
These questions, like I said, they're for educational purposes too. So I try to make them a little challenging.
Johnson.
So
Dave Meggett never rushed for 1,000 yards. Tiki was the latest that did it.
The latest, yep.
And I just picked Ron Johnson because if you would have said Joe Morris, you would have got me. But you said Joe Mixon. I don't know who Joe
I think
Mixon
I
is.
meant to put Joe Morris, but my dumb ass was rushing. So, but anyway, you got me. All right, 2 players in New York Giants history are tied for the most receiving TDs in a single season with 13. Odell Beckham Jr. and who else?
Hakeem Nicks. He's not even on there.
Del Shofnet, Amani Tuma, Victor Cruz, Homer Jones.
Amani Tuma.
Tuma. Who says Tuma?
I'm going Homer.
Pat says Homer. Coach.
Damn. I really think it's Homer, but I watch it be Victor Cruz.
Who you got? You said Homer, Coach?
I said it's Homer. Watch it be Victor Cruz.
All right. And it's Homer Jones.
Yeah,
Good job,
Homer
fellas.
Jones. Victor Cruz, most he had was 10. Most of Monty Tuma ever had is 11. I've never heard of Dale Shofnet. So
Dale Shofnet
he was up there. He's
30,
like third, yeah.
Yeah.
But it is Homer Jones with 13 and 67.
Hey man, the man is holding me back, man. That's what Coach Dave would say.
Yeah, he started all that garbage about Turner. He is in there, man. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that shit pissed me off too. Who was the first ever coach of the New York Giants?
Wow.
Little theme song here.
Steve
Owen.
Steve
Roy
Owen.
Andrews, Bob Fuell, and Earl Portinger.
Steve Owen sounds right, but since I could just keep copying coach and win the game, I ain't gonna do it that way. Give me Bob. Give me
Pat,
Bob.
play your game. Play your game, Pat. Don't do that. Don't do that. If that's who you think, then say who you think.
No, I actually think it's Bob Fuell.
Who you say, Coach?
I said Steve Owen.
Steve Owen, Bob Fuell, Lou.
You know I ain't never been a biter. Give me Earl. Potty girl.
Earl.
That's your lie.
And Bob.
Yeah, I told you.
Pat got that joint.
I told
Bob
you.
was the first coach. Earl was the second. You was close, Lou. Steve Owen, he was the most winningest coach.
That's what it was.
Of Giants
Okay.
history, not the first coach. He got the
Winning
most
is.
wins.
You're right.
I know where you was going with that. That's why I elaborated on that one. And Pat!
Took it home this time, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, we each got one. Got one.
Yup.
Where do you get
So-
content like this besides the Big Blue Crew Sports Network? God damn it, I got me a victory. I'm happy.
So next week will be the tiebreaker. I'm gonna make sure I bring my A game with the questions. But that was fun, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Let's wrap up with our last closing statements, and we're gonna get up out of here, man.
No, he was hurt a lot, E-Man Perry. He would have had he stayed healthy.
Who? Oh, Cruz. Yeah.
Yeah, Victor Cruz would have been one of the greatest Giants of all time.
Cruz is up there in a lot of wide receiver records.
Yeah,
Trust
he
me.
is.
When I go through the list and the history, his name pops up a lot.
In a short amount of time too. He didn't play.
So he
very
only
long.
did it for like what, 6 years? 5-6 years?
5 years, yeah.
Man, Victor Cruz was the stuff back there, man. He came out of nowhere.
UMass.
Facts, man. Shout out to UMass. But Lou, man, closing statements. Tell the people where they can find you. Tell the people what you got going on coming up next week.
Y'all already know, man. We back cranking it up, going live again. You know what I mean? Wednesday we got the True Big Blue podcast with Big Pat Sports Talk and myself. Tune in for that. Thursday nights we got the Big Blue Lounge with the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. Saturday nights we got Leather to the Face, giving you all the boxing and UFC content every Saturday evening. Sunday nights, we call the Sunday night football games when the season starts up. But in the meantime, we have Giants conversations with the Big Blue Crew Sports Network on Sunday evening at 9:30. I want to do a Friday show. I don't think it's going to be live. I think I'm just going to put a video out every Friday giving my breakdown of the fight coming up Saturday. That way, I just won't be making my predictions on the live all the time. People can actually see my prediction a day before the fight. But I'm going to go back and try to clip up all my fight predictions and see if I can send it to Wales or whatever and have them show me making the prediction and then it coming true. Then me, the next prediction and it coming true and make a video like that so people can see that I'm really on my shit when it comes to this boxing, man. I'm 9-0 with my fight predictions, telling you who's going to win what round and how. So, you know what I mean? Come check me out.
What's the next fight coming up,
Network? This Saturday coming up.
Who you got?
You know, I smoke too much. Put me on the spot like that. I'll let you know tomorrow. I'll let you know tonight. We going live tonight. I'm going live tonight for sure.
All right.
I think it's the Mike Tyson fight, ain't it?
No, that's July 20th. You got
was,
Frank Martin and Tank Davis June 15th. You have Mike Tyson and Jake Paul July 20th. You have Shakur Stevenson coming up in the fight before that. You also have Rolly Romero talking crazy. Crawford got a fight coming up. Crawford is the next fight, I believe. Yeah, Crawford.
Okay, cool. Coach, tell them what you got going on.
And Adrian Broner.
And give your last statements. Boom, boom.
Last statement is more of a question. Who is hotter? Eve as a rapper or Eve as the actress?
Neither one. She's a stripper. Good.
Actress. No. What's she playing again?
No, her show, Eve. She had her own show,
Eve.
Yeah,
Eve as the actress.
I would say the actress.
She had more girly features as the actress.
Definitely. She had,
but it was just something about Eve when she was rapping when she first came out. That was super dope. Until I found out what she really was. Yeah, but
with the Rough Riders,
Eve as the rapper was better than Eve as the actress to me.
If you're talking about looks, I get it. If you're talking about
that's why I said who's hotter. I said who's hotter.
Okay,
I'm talking about her looks.
Her rap career was way better than her
acting
career.
Of course.
But as far as her appearance,
I ain't gonna lie, appearance, you have to give it to the actress, but man, it was just something about when Eve was rapping when she first came out, bro. I don't know what it was.
But what you got coming up, Coach?
Tuesday, Monday, I don't know if I'm doing something. I'm trying to decide. Tuesday, Heart of the City, as always. Wednesday, Pick and Roll podcast. But I'm also going to be covering the Liberty later on that night for their basketball game. I haven't covered the last two games, and they're both losses. So right now I'm jinxing them. So I got to get back out there and cover them on Wednesday and Friday. Yep. They lost the last two in a row. They got blown out this past week.
You can't afford to lose too many in the WNBA.
They're now 4-2. But yeah, they have to.
Last year they didn't even lose that many games last year. What did
Breaking
they lose,
news.
6?
I don't know if Joel told you guys, but he's moving down to North Carolina in 8 months.
Okay.
Joel's moving down here in 8 months.
Okay.
So just got to get Pat on the East Coast, and we good money.
Pat's moving down in about probably 2 months after him, 2 to 3 months after him. So we're gonna all be in.
Don't ask me. Don't ask. You ain't getting my fat ass. You ain't getting my fat ass down that far. I'm Jersey. Boy. Don't ask. Don't even try it. My family has been trying for decades, and it ain't happening. So
that's why I like being in VA, because I can go north, ain't too far. I can go south.
I got a brother who's in PA. He works at the Pentagon and all that stuff, and he's like, "Yo, bro, come on down." No, hell no. I'm Jersey. My dumb ass is Jersey. I can't. Nope. Because all these diverse women up. Let me stop.
Is Wilder fighting this Saturday?
Man, Wilder need to fight himself.
What else? I got that. I got the heart. That and Saturday I'm also streaming I'm doing indoor football. Jersey Bearcats, they're doing their games, so I'm actually going to be doing something a little bit different where I'm going to do a
Yeah.
watch along.
That's your squad. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the Houston team, the Dallas team, in the indoor football league, we got a quarterback, TJ Edwards. Look out for him, man. All he needs is
Ain't
a
he a
shot.
linebacker?
No,
Yeah, I know
he's
it's another TJ.
yeah, it's the one that played for the Bears now, but
Yeah.
he's actually after this season should be getting tryouts. We should have had him on the Cowboys as well. Don't know why they didn't take him and kept freaking Kellen Moore, but it's okay. Look for TJ Edwards to be in the league in the next year. So he's only 26, and watch his highlights. He'll be in the league very soon.
So quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also about to start making some videos teaching people how to accurately punch and how to step when they punch. So because
That's good
it's
stuff.
it's
Need
it's
to learn
some
how to fight.
professionals I see when we watching the fights that don't know how to properly punch.
Right. That's why they go to sleep.
You know, a lot of them
Ready for
keep
sleep.
the jab out there. A lot of them keep their head high. You're supposed to tuck your chin. You know what I'm saying? Your chin's supposed to be tucked. Your arm is a secondary defense. You know what I mean? And your hand's supposed to whip right back. It's not supposed to stay out there. You're not supposed to be all up exposed. And I see a lot of them, even in the pros, still doing it. So I'm going to go ahead and put some videos out, teach people how to properly slip a punch, how to parry, how to throw a jab, how to step and punch, how to throw a straight right. Who knows?
He
Might
said
end up
parry.
opening the gym.
He said parody. Next thing you know, you're going to be pulling out. You said
Nah,
parody.
it got muted for a reason.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
Got
I'm
muted for a
sorry.
reason.
You said parry. So parry is also when you do the with the sword fights.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, a lot of boxing was derived from some of the fencing stances.
Yep.
Even Bruce
Didn't know
Lee
that.
studied fencing to perfect his martial arts when he invented Jeet Kune Do. Yeah, all of the fights have something. All of the fighting styles have something good that you can extract from them and incorporate into your own. You know, so
Yeah, footwork. You're right, Tommy. It is the key. In basketball, football, if your feet don't move right, yeah, you be late. But Pat, man, what you got going on, man? Before we wrap up.
You know I got New York Giants full access. Ain't been too much to talk about, so I haven't been put out videos like that. But I'll get ready to start putting back out videos. You know, I'll get ready to start True Big Boo podcast back on Wednesdays. You know, we're gonna be calling all the Giants games every Sunday, and you know we're gonna be doing the London games or wherever they're playing at on Sundays as well. Film reviews, they will be getting started back up here soon. Can't wait to do those. I'll probably start doing those back on Fridays. And this season's just gonna be a good season, man. There's gonna be a lot of content this season coming up, so look out for the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. We're gonna give you a whole lot of content here coming soon. So
and I got us on the portable Wi-Fi. I already bought it. 10 of us can connect to it. No roaming charges. It connects in 112 different countries. It's called the Ryoko.
Yeah. I think you got the same one that I had. Yeah.
so
Portable.
just be on the lookout for us, man. We're doing big things for you guys. As you can see, we always give you guys content that you can't find anywhere else. So it is what it is. Can't wait to the season starts so we can finally get this whole giant saga thing over with. I get to see if this offensive line is better. Get to see if DJ's better. Get to see if we actually can have an offense to be reckoned with. It's gonna be a fun season, man. So y'all stay tuned in, man. We got you.
Definitely keep it locked.
Whitley
here.
Gilbert, you lucky I didn't see you, Whitley, because you would have got it good. Damn, she fine. Whitley Gilbert, yes.
Yeah,
A different world. A different world. That's why
Man,
she.
had a coat.
Yeah.
That's why.
That was your favorite
Was
show,
she
right,
part
Coach?
Creole or something?
Yeah. She's mixed. Part Creole, white, black. But she's been well versed. Jasmine Guy. She could sing,
Yeah,
dance.
there you go, Jasmine God. That's her name.
So,
Lord
I
have
mean,
mercy.
hell, I remember her on school days.
Yep.
Doing the butt. Hey, sexy.
Wrong.
If you want to do it about all night long.
I got a question. I got a question about that movie. I got one question. What is the most impactful statement of that movie on school days?
Every time Spike Lee run out and yell, "Wake up!"
Right.
There you go. Wake
Right.
up. Exactly. That was it. Because I was talking to my daughters about it. They're like, well, what does he mean by that? I'm like, telling the black people to wake up. It's as simple as that. You got to wake up and understand and stop hating on each other. But
brothers did and don't be a menace. Message.
Yep.
And speaking of that, man,
one of the first people to start doing that.
Who?
Spike Lee and then Robert Townsend. Like they was.
Yeah. But speaking of that, man, I am working on a documentary style video that's going to elaborate on, colored black people, whatever you want to call, and their influence in hockey. So be on the lookout for that. That's going to be a real eye-opening video for you guys. And it's the reason why I'm a fan of hockey. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but when you look at the history and you look at how brothers put in work in that sport, you may change your opinion. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Of course, you can catch me here, Giants Conversations.
A lot of people don't know that a black man invented the Russian language. Alexander Pushkin.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot, Lou. It's so much, bro. But just to keep it in a general sports round, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be tapping into
all these crazy people that come on here with foolishness,
right?
Telling lies and spewing
false information.
False.
Fake news.
Fake news. He's in the ring of honor. Fake news.
And oddly enough, he doesn't show up today.
I'm sorry.
All right, let's get out of here, man. So, that's me.
Terrible.
Heart of the city, 8:30. Giants Conversations, Sunday mornings. Of course, we got the games, the London games, which I will be calling those as well with Big Pat. And again, I'm gonna try to put out different type of videos as far as history and sports is concerned. So that's one of the main things that I'm gonna start working on. Giants trivia is part of that because I actually go research these questions. I don't just copy them off of a list or something. I actually go and research, and that's why you had these little spelling errors and shit in there. That's me.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Mr. Randy Watson.
Lying brother. Screw them. So lying ass. He ain't showed back up yet. Lying ass.
Right, he ain't show up. Right, he ain't show up.
Listen, I'm gonna get a big ass can of Raid and keep it
roach
right.
Yeah.
No, he was here today.
I said he ain't showed back up. Was he?
Oh, yeah.
Get a big ass can of Raid. Every time his ass come in the comment section, Raid.
That's the only motherfucker that ever got me really riled up in this YouTube world, whatever, man. Oh gosh, he brought the ninja out of me. He damn sure. Oh, you right there.
There he is.
Face, motherfucker.
With your wrong ass.
You was wrong about that ML Tunnel joint. Yeah.
Motherfucker. He ain't in the ring of honor. All lies. Lies, I say.
Stop getting your information from Online 10 or whoever. Keep it here to the Big Blue Crew for the accurate information. I keep telling y'all. Y'all going to these other content creators giving y'all false shit.
Goose Fraba, coach. Goose Fraba.
Oh, man.
Goose Fraba.
I'm going to make me a hamburger, feed my fat, greasy ass, and watch me A Different World the rest of the day because they got the marathon.
Yeah.
So,
All right, man. But yo, we're gonna get out of here on that note. Appreciate everybody for commenting and liking and subscribing.
Jersey
and
don't
all
gotta
that
be
good stuff.
retired. You foolish. Sorry.
Yeah, man. Like I said, man, do
not
your
worth
research before you make out.
Lou, what'd you say earlier? Why you giving energy? I'm going to that mode. You was
Now
right
we
earlier.
homers. Now we homers and can't be objective because you
Nah, bro, we've truth seekers. We truth tellers.
Y'all do you.
So I'm gonna get a can of raid, and that's how we're gonna end that. Raid to the gulag with you. Let's go.
All right, we made it 3 hours without messing up this show, man. So let's get on up out of here, man. Appreciate y'all, man, for tuning in, man. But you already know how we do it over here at the Big Blue Crew, man. Till next time, y'all. Deuces.
Peace.